in the hood.
From just going there and just hanging out with the people.
Because I was always
In a lot of
no. This particular situation. Let's go to videotape. I think it's like sports centers, like stop it.
Find the ones that have like specifications that others don't, which makes it rare, which is going to increase the value.
See, that's the reason why when people ask, what it could be, hoping to distribute, it's your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, is DJ EFN?
This is Entertainment Crazy Roar Podcast, Drink Champs, Yappy Hour, make some noise! Now, we are talking to two brothers today that's gonna get us out of poverty. Single-handedly. They got our 40 acres and a mule in their pocket right now. And we're gonna school the youth on some serious things, because the one thing for sure,
just the youth.
Not just the youth. And grown men. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. People think that superheroes only come in a hip-hop form or entertainment form, and I'm here to tell y'all, superheroes come in the form of these brothers right here. And we're gonna motherfucking get into it. So, first off.
Go say who it is, man.
First off, motherfucking earn your legion, my bad. I figured they was watching, my bad. Yeah, okay. I know this is something that you get. I was watching y'all on Nessa, and
which we saw each other. We crossed.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yes. So, I know this is something that you probably get every day, right? You guys are successful black men from the hood, you know what I mean? You of the culture, you guys are cool. Like, if a person, and for lack of a better term, I'm gonna use a person coming from jail, right? Person that wants to fly straight, has a couple of dollars, what would you say to them should be their first investment?
What's up?
Their first, I don't want to sound cliche, sound corny, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The first investment is your education. That's the first. It's funny that you say jail, because I have a cousin. We actually spoke at a federal penitentiary earlier this year, and they started a book club with our book called "You Deserve to Be Rich" inside the jail.
Wow.
And we was talking to them. And
a book club in jail? Let's make some noise for that. Hold on.
It was a real moment.
I just see it, like, when I hear a book club, I hear about a lady named Betty. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
And you know who was in the session when we were speaking?
What?
Sue Surf.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. In the jail.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Where he
Okay.
was. So, long story short, it's like so many people are smart, but they focus their intelligence on the wrong things. I always say it's like poor kids learn how to gamble, rich kids learn how to invest. Like, if you could learn how to play spades, poker, blackjack, tonk, CeeLo, all of these games, there's no reason why you can't learn how to invest money in the stock market.
Right.
You just wasn't applying that energy into it. So the first thing that you should do before anything is invest in your education. When I say invest in your education, read a book.
Right.
Read a book, watch a podcast.
Not go to college?
No, you can't go to college for sure, but I'm just saying a lot of stuff that you're going to learn is going to be outside of college.
Okay.
Like all the stuff that we learn, outside of college.
Right.
So most colleges are not going to teach you the stuff that we're teaching you or that you need to know. Like they're not going to teach you 9 times out of 10 how to actually buy real estate the right way.
Like real life applications.
Exactly. Or how to invest in the stock market, how to trade stocks, how to really, improve your credit. These aren't things that most of the time you learn in college.
Right.
So the good thing about education now is that it's free for the most part, right? You buy a book, it's what, $40?
Right.
You could go on YouTube and watch
right.
thousands of hours of education for free. You can educate yourself on anything right now. But for artificial intelligence, everything is changing so quickly. You really, 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 really have to invest in your education.
Yeah, I think after education is investing in the market. You think about the barrier of entry for some of the other things that we're thinking, right? How do I get into real estate? You're going to need some capital for that, right? Or how do I get a loan? Well, you're going to need credit score for that. You just coming home, you got the education. How do you apply it? What's the lowest barrier of entry for you to have maximum gain? It would be putting it in the market, investing in the United States economy, right? And so we're looking at it, it's growing. We understand it because we've been using the technology. A lot of times you read and you hear about it, get adapted to it. I remember we talking about people who, how do I use a cell phone, right? What's the first cell phone that you're getting? And so understanding how the world, getting associated with it again, but realizing that technology is always going to be the growth engine.
Okay.
For anything that we do, that's going to be the growth engine. And it takes $500. Open a brokerage account, start. If it's 1 share, it's 2 shares, and just keep building.
Let me ask you something. That I was speaking about real estate. I had just learned recently that in Puerto Rico, right? They say you never own your house, right? Because the people who buy it, it goes down to the next generation. So even if I sell it to you, is that something that's normal in the United States?
No, okay. We have it in development. We're building a real estate development in Ghana.
In Ghana, Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever been?
No, I have not. I've been through your Instagram. Through your Instagram, I've been through. I ain't gonna lie, I smell it and everything. I smell it. I can feel like through your Instagram. I ain't gonna lie, you had the shit on. I was watching. I was like, damn. I was like, yo, I'm good. I'm cool with y'all brothers. I felt like I was with y'all. But go ahead.
So one of the things with Ghana and a lot of places in Africa is that it's like a land lease, pretty much. So.
Right.
Technically, you never really own your house outright. It's like you lease the land for 50 years at a time, 99 years. And then, so people are saying, like, in the comments, like, why would I want to buy a home that I never own? I'm only leasing it for 99 years. And then at the end of the 99 years, and you got to pay another fee, then you're leasing it for another 50 years.
So this is obviously your family members that will take it over.
Or whoever.
After that 99 years.
If you don't sell it,
Okay.
So that's that. But I'm like, you say that, but do you really own your house in America?
No.
Because if you don't pay property taxes, they're going to take your house away from you. And those property taxes is every single year. And they increase every single year.
Right.
So it's like, even if this is a reason why a lot of people go broke, because they don't fully understand real estate. So it's like, even if you buy a house in cash, right, you still have to be responsible for property taxes. Depending on where you live, your property taxes could be more than a mortgage.
Right.
So if you live in Beverly Hills or you live somewhere, you got a multi-million-dollar house, you thinking, okay, I'm good, I paid this off, I'm good. Now you get $100,000, $80,000 a year property tax. That goes up every single year, by the way.
Right.
So in 10 years, that's going to be $200,000 property tax. Let alone the maintenance that comes with it. Now you got to cut the grass. Now you got to pay for the light bill. Now you got to pay for boiler breaks. So, but you could pay for 100 years. If you miss a few years, you're in danger of your house being taken away. You miss 3 years and your house is going to be taken away from you.
It happens all the time.
It happens all the time, especially for elderly people that don't stay on top of that. So
ironically, not in Florida though. I think Florida got like some type of clause that you can keep your shit forever.
But we got property taxes though.
Yeah,
no, my bad.
You see, like the athlete, the first thing, or anybody in entertainment, the first thing they want to do is buy their mama home. Like, that's what everybody says, right? Buy their mama home, you get a home, right? You thinking that the home is paid off because you paid for it, right? But when them $10,000 property tax, $20,000 property tax bills come, and you're not expecting it, and now you stop playing, and that house is still there collecting property tax. Now your mom's lost the home. Now she's coming back to live with you, and so that again, it's that education piece because we think we're doing the right thing, and it feels on the surface like we are doing the right thing, right? Like my parents have done so much for me. I want to give back to them, but you don't realize you're leaving them with that maintenance bill, you're leaving them with that property tax, even if the mortgage is paid off. Right? So you got to keep those things in mind.
School tax
as well.
So my friend of mine, Grant Cardone, right? He said it doesn't make sense to buy. He said he rents everything. He even like rents the money that he's getting in. What do y'all feel about that?
I think what he said is it doesn't make sense to own your house where you live.
Okay.
Like you could own real estate, but it should be renting that out. Where you live, you should be renting. I mean, there's some truth to that. I would say this. Most people in America go about it the wrong way.
Okay.
They buy a home that they cannot afford. If you really think about it, right? Here's how we taught in America. We're taught to put as little money down as possible. It's really a dumb decision if you really think about it. Because like I said, even in Ghana, they pay the house off in cash.
Yeah, straight up.
Because you go to the bank will approve you for $500,000, right? So you get a loan for $500,000. But you've overextended yourself. So now you're working just to pay your mortgage. Your mortgage is $500,000. By the time that you get finished paying it off, you're going to pay 3 times more because of interest. The interest costs 30 years.
Wow.
So instead of saying, okay, I got approved for $1 million, but I'm going to buy a home for $400,000. Nobody does that. People go to the max. You get approved for $500,000, you get a home for $500,000. You get approved for $2 million, you get a home for $2 million. Just because you get approved for something doesn't mean that you have to go up to that max.
Right.
That's not an intelligent way to go about it because that's how a lot of people end up broke. They think they're making smart decisions, but they're actually putting themselves in a liability, financial debt for 30 years.
So you saying if you get a $2 million loan, you should get a house for 1.5?
Get a house for one.
Get a house for one. Wow.
But nobody wants to do
that.
that.
Other million stays in your bank account?
No,
You're not getting the $2 million. They're saying that you can get a house up to $2 million. We're going to loan you up to $2 million.
Okay.
But like that at that $2 million rate, that's going like you really gonna have to pinch and say, how am I going to afford this, right? And rather than saying I can afford the $2 million, they're going to give me a loan for it. Why not just find a home that's $1 million, right? Because you can probably figure out how am I going to afford that, right? There's less of a strategic plan that's going to be needed if you're in that class. You know what I'm saying? Right. And most people don't do that. We always talk about live below your means, right? But most people live up to their means, right? So if I get a loan for $5 million, I'm looking for 5.2, right? Because I could probably sneak another $200,000.
200, yeah.
Like I can sneak another $200,000.
I swear to God. I finished your sentence.
That's how most people think, right? Other countries, the housing situation is a lot different, right? So. In Ghana, for example, if the house is $300,000, if you don't have $300,000, you're not getting a house.
In the bank.
You got to pay for that. Or at most, and this is more recently, they'll give you like a 3-month lease, right? You're paying 1 month, you're paying $100,000, next month $100,000. They're not giving you a 30-year mortgage. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. America,
it's like owner financing.
The banking structure is not the same.
So because they don't want you in debt?
The mortgage is a financial instrument created by the banks to benefit banks. Americans are addicted to debt. Like I said, if you really think about it, we lease our cars, or when we even buy our cars, what does that mean? We're financing it for 7 years. When we buy a house, we're financing it for 30. When we go to college, we go to colleges that we can't afford, we get student loan debt.
We leasing our phones at this point.
That's a fact. We normalized paying as little as possible for things that we can't afford. We go to schools that you go to college and you can't pay for it, you can't afford to go there. Right. You buy a car and you can't afford to pay for it, you can't afford that car. You buy a house, technically if you get a mortgage, you can't afford for that. Wow. Nobody wants to say that, nobody thinks about that. But if we're being honest, other countries don't think like that. Right. That's what I'm saying. But these are all financial instruments that benefit the banking system because they put interest on top of it. So if I can give you a loan for 30 years with an 8%, 7% mortgage, how much money am I going to make over the course of 30 years? So if I can convince you this is the best thing for you, don't worry about it, worry about it later, then you're not even thinking about it, and I'm making residual income every single year.
That's what I'm saying. That's like 30 years. Rather than saying it's a 30-year loan, the bank is looking at it as, you're now my 30-year customer. Right. You're going to owe me for the next 30 years.
And if you can't afford it, they just take your home and sell it. They win no matter what.
They're going to repossess the house. The house is going to appreciate, and they're going to take the difference.
Right.
That's like what we see in neighborhood, rent-a-center. What is rent-a-center?
They're renting your furniture.
Because you couldn't afford it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. Just like payment loans, like
buy now, pay later. Right. It's the same thing. We grew up when it was layaway. Now they changed the term. They recrafted it to say buy now, pay later. Right. But we grew up, you putting that on layaway. Right, you're gonna pay over time.
Layaway was life when I was a kid.
But with layaway, you couldn't get the product until you finished paying. Right. Now it's like you could buy it, take it now, and continuously pay me over time.
Fuck it up.
Right, you couldn't take it. Right, that's right.
If you don't got insurance on it, you can fuck it up and gotta pay the whole shit.
Exactly.
Because you think about something when you gotta pay for it in cash. Mm-hmm. You think about it. You don't really think about something if it's a monthly. Right. If it's $10,000, you're going to make a conscious decision. Do I really want to spend $10,000 on it? If you could break it down for 5 years and it's $150 per month, and then, all right, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Until you realize, damn, I actually paid more than $10,000 over the course of time. But the smaller increments makes it psychologically seem
it's irrational.
We live in our lives on a month to month. Right. So that's why we always say like have 6 months, 12 months reserves, because you never know what can happen. The education part is important too, right? Because the people who are trying to get these loans, if we don't have good credit, then the interest rate is higher, right? Interest rates are sitting like 6.5% to 7%. In our lifetime, that's pretty high. In the 80s, that feels like, that's a really affordable thing, right? But there's adjustable rates. I talk about it in our book where my parents lost a home because they weren't educated on a fixed rate mortgage versus an adjustable rate, right? They bought it was 6%. In 3 years, it was 17%. We could afford it at 6. Right. We couldn't afford it at 17. Right. In fact, if we can't afford it at 17, what happens next year when it's 19? All right, now we lose the home. See what I'm saying? The education piece is important.
So let me bounce around a little bit, right? I was going to get this property in Dominican Republic, right? Just because, it was It was up my alley. You know what I'm saying? It was up my alley, and I was like, and I went and I asked. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? Like it was somewhere.
Dominicano.
It was somewhere where I felt safe. You know what I mean?
They said N.O.R.E. live on the road. I seen kids say that today. N.O.R.E. live on the road.
Yeah. So it was one of those. It was one of those things, right? So just as a formality, I met with Jamie Lefrak, you know, the guy who actually owns my neighborhood, right? Yeah. And I was like, yo. I was adamant about like, yo, you know what? I want to, and he suggested Costa Rica, but what he said was a lot of these islands, like we were speaking earlier, you don't own your property, but if something happens where the U.S. government and they go to war, they can easily take your property.
The country can.
Yeah, the country can. Is that truth?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely depends on the country that you go to, because whenever you look at a country, for us, it's definitely... the political structure is important, because you could go to a country and, I mean, we just saw what happened with Venezuela, right? Like, they just take the president.
Yeah, I see that part, but they taking property too? Oh, my bad.
I'm just saying,
he is the property. My fault.
You can take
the president.
They take anything at that point.
They take the president and the oil.
Everything's free game.
That's the Rock Kemp shit, right? Kidnap the president.
But I feel like that's just some Trump shit. Like
the boldness of it.
Yeah. And because he was doing it like he was on a block.
Yo,
he was like, I got him.
They took selfies of him in the helicopter.
They took Noriega.
Yeah, that's right.
They took Noriega.
Very true. That's very true. Yeah, but he was foul.
He was with the CIA. He was foul when it wasn't convenient.
Yeah, he was double agent. He was double covered.
I think we just wanted to test some equipment out there. That's what I think.
Yeah, but you definitely gotta be mindful of like different like governments, what the law is, shit like that. Because I think that's a big thing when Americans go overseas. They think everything is America.
Right.
I went to Thailand. I went to Singapore.
I love Singapore.
You wasn't smoking in Singapore.
Oh! You know, you gonna give me my stories? Hold on. Stop this. Stop this.
Statute of limitations on this.
Stop this. I go to Singapore. I have no idea. I'm going through. They pulled me over in airport jail.
Oh shit!
I had 2 cartons of Newports. They said, "Listen, sir, it's illegal to bring cigarettes into Singapore." So they put my shit to the side. They ain't throw it in the garbage. Yeah. They put my shit to the side and made me buy 2 cartons of they shit. The customs was smuggling cigarettes. That's how much cigarettes is a part of Singapore. I'm sorry.
Nah, so Singapore crazy. You know when you go to these different places and they give you like the pamphlets to read about the country. I never really read it, but for some reason this time I'm like, let me actually read this. And I'm reading the bylaws. And they say drug trafficking of any kind is punishable by death.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
So then I get there and we know somebody there. So my friend, his cousin lived there at the time. So she was telling us, she like, yo, there's no weed.
Oh, yeah.
There's no drugs.
Yeah.
You can't even, it's a crime to spit gum on the street.
I respect that.
But guess what? It's the cleanest place in the world.
Yes, it is.
So I'm like, what they mean is punishable by death. She's like, oh, you can, there's death penalty. If you get caught with drugs, it's death penalty.
You never seen that movie, Paradise Lost or some shit like that, where the girl get caught with
So I say that to say it's like a lot of times Americans go to different countries thinking it's America. Like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you end up in jail in Dubai for 45 years.
Yeah,
like,
not the Yalo. I've been around. I know.
Not the Yalo.
I know Maldives is no smoking. Dubai, no smoking.
Countries.
Saudi Arabia, no. I get it out my mind though.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, I take cigars, bro.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like shit like that. I teach y'all out there. So I'm sorry I'm bouncing around, but okay. You guys are bumping head with sheiks and shit like that. Like how like, you know, no, this is real shit.
I don't know why I visualize y'all.
Like, this is real. No, not bumping heads. Come on. You know what I mean? But this is like you know, I heard y'all say and this is what I was trying to establish in the intro, is, you know, for a long time, people only look at entertainment for people that's superheroes and people like, you know, what is that shit? Ball players and shit like that. But you guys are actually breaking the mold, right?
Yeah.
Where you're making it cool to be financially aware of what's going on. And not only that, so I want to break it down in 2 questions. First off, like, how does that feel? And then the second off is like, how well, let's answer this first one first. Let's stick with overseas. Because Like me seeing y'all in Dubai, me seeing y'all in Ghana, me seeing y'all with these people, and these people are breaking down all this shit. This shit is amazing to me. Like how is that? And because y'all word is coming across. There's so many people who have been preaching their word, and it just doesn't land on people. Y'all is landing on people not only here but abroad. So.
Nah, that shit is humbling, man. It's one of these things. Like our culture is exported all over the world,
right?
And you realize that when you travel, and so it's like. The music was exported over the world. You got kids in Japan that's been breakdancing, doing all kinds of crazy shit with the fashion, all that. So it only made sense when we really broke through with business and finance and talking about it the way that we did and doing it on a cultural standpoint. They was waiting for that.
Right.
So when we go to London, Royal Albert Hall, and thousands of people is lining up, they're like, damn, we was waiting for this moment.
Right.
Or when we go to Canada, or when we go to Ghana, or when we go to Kenya, or when we go anywhere, like it's like. They was waiting. So many people's been left out of this conversation for so long.
Right.
That's one of the blessings with social media. It's a gift and a curse. But one of the greatest blessings is that social media gave everybody an opportunity to become like a celebrity.
Right.
Before you had
even to play in
democratized.
Before you had to be an athlete or an entertainer.
Right.
Now you could be a celebrity chef.
Right.
Personal trainer.
Anything, really.
Yeah.
Anything has
exactly.
a lane.
Yeah.
And
You could be nothing.
Literally.
Yo, I sneak in restaurants sometimes, I'll just be seeing people.
Yeah.
Everybody like this.
And you look like, who is that?
I'll be looking like,
Which is a gift and a curse.
But so it gave us an opportunity to, become notable and reach people talking about finance. Because the way that we did it, completely different than anybody else has really done it at scale. And, we just had...
And more relatable.
Exactly. I told, like, Dougie Fresh said this to us. He was like, yo, y'all are the last piece of the Infinity Stone. He was like, hip hop has 5 core elements, right? Like it's the DJ, it's the MC, it's breakdancing, it's graffiti. He said it was the beatbox, which is obviously his part. And then he was like, y'all making it cool to be smart.
Yeah.
Like imagine if we had all 6 of those in the 80s.
Should have had it from the beginning.
Right.
And you know what's fucked up about that? And this is real talk. I've been in this industry 25 years, maybe more. Maybe I'm shaving a year or 2. I'm not sure.
We're approaching 30 years for the War Report.
Yes,
sure.
yes. The War Report's definitely about to hit 30.
Yeah.
I have never, as many checks as I've got, as many deals as I've closed, no one has never said, hey, man, you think you want to invest in such and such? Or you think you want to, like, take, you're getting this, and you're getting this up front. You want to take a piece of that?
Yeah.
No one has never told me that.
Did you ever work with Bert Padell?
I was just about to bring that up. How the fuck are you in my mind?
I got to meet Bert Padell. So
There has been some cool. Bert Padell was one.
He was good by it.
Horace Madison.
I heard of him before.
Horace Madison is black. I believe he's.
But Bert did right by the artist. Like he was trying to give you all solid advice.
Oh, I ain't worked with Bert myself. Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, but I was in the office when Biggie was working with him.
That's what most people know.
I was shopping for my accountant when so I didn't get to work with him direct.
Right.
But that language is how we figure out who these people are.
Right.
Like when Big said Stash More Cash and Bert Padell, I was like, all right, who's that?
Right.
When the Locks is saying, fuck being violent to get stocks and bonds.
Right.
It's like you listening to it and I'm like, oh shit, there it is. I feel like that was the common theme that we had amongst each other was we was hearing that shit differently than everybody else. Right. We hearing it like, that's advice. Right? Like,
that's
subtract the wheat links from out the chain and rise and start raining. All right. We got to keep our crew together. Right? If every nigga in your clique is rich, your clique is rugged, no one because everyone to be each otherher's crutches, I bet. There goes the principles. You see what I'm saying? And now
you're right. We are like...
It's there.
It was in plain sight.
We just didn't even know he was on third eye saying that shit.
But even the Bert Padell thing...
ashtray?
Because like when Ross was like... handlers handling money, they never come across. And it was crazy because like that era, I don't know if it feels like, correct me if I'm wrong, you had to go to your accountant to get money.
Absolutely.
Like, yo, I need the 50,000, wire it to me. And like he said...
I remember him saying that to me all the time. Yo, I got to go get money.
It sounds weird.
But if you really think about it, right?
It didn't feel weird back then.
Right.
Now it's weird. Now it's weird.
Like, wait, what?
But if that's why that line is so crazy. He's like, managers handling money, they never come across. They themselves have never made that much money, and they're giving you a permission slip on,
for your money.
You can take this, no, wait, that's too much, you're doing, like, and everybody was okay with it. And you'd be a biggest gangster in the world and talk all types of crazy shit, then have to ask an 80-year-old white man, can I get an allowance?
Yep.
That was trained to hip-hop. that you can't be an owner. You're not responsible. You're not even responsible to manage your own money. We got to give you your money.
Right.
Yeah, we talked to
Let alone ever think about getting ownership and asking for equity or your publishing or masters or none of that shit. Like, so it's like now it's like our responsibility to bring the culture out the dark ages, as far as like we've already mastered sports, entertainment, speaking, a variety of different things, but now we really got to master this finance thing, because it's like nobody respects you if you can't control your money. That's the biggest thing in the world. So it's like we still don't have control of our resources now. Like they would say, we go to Africa and they'd be like, damn, it's a shame Africans, they don't have control of their resources. We don't got control of our resources. What's our resources? Our talent. Like, we don't have control over our talent. We don't have control, like, if you really think about it, all of these record labels, all of these sports teams, they no ownership. How many NBA teams are owned by black people? None. How many NFL teams are owned by a black person? None. How many major record labels are owned by a black person?
DC gonna kill you.
Who? Don't shout out to Magic. I'm talking about majority ownership. How many record labels is owned by black people? They give you a subsidiary record label. That's a psychological play to make you feel like you have power. It's like putting a manager in a position at Walmart. You don't own Walmart, but you yourself feel like you're better than the employee. So now you can go on video and shit on you like, yeah, you broke motherfucker, I got a label, but your label is under a label.
All right.
So do you really have a label, or are you a manager for somebody else's company?
Yeah, it was never a label. It was an imprint.
That'd be the thing. And the idea of education and finance, it feels like, yes, our community needed it. But when we travel, they look at us. I remember the first time we was in Africa, they were like, I've never heard black men speak so freely.
Like meaning
that you guys get to say what you want. You get to educate people. And people are gravitated to the masses of it. Like, we need that here. And so our thing was like, all right, bet this isn't a domestic issue. This is a global issue, right? So that's why when you see us traveling, it's always from a standpoint of like, all right, what can we learn from this area? How can we find business here? How can we find entrepreneurs here? How can we find opportunities here? And let's help shape narrative and show people this is opportunity. So when we in Ghana, opportunity. When we in Kenya, we looking for opportunity. When we in Rwanda, same thing.
Guinea, went to Rwanda too? Damn.
Yeah, Rwanda's crazy.
I seen the movie.
So that's the thing. Like, in our minds, that's all we remember is Hotel Rwanda, right?
They fuck us up with that.
Don't you?
They fuck us up with that.
The
Like,
cleanest place on the entire continent.
Beautiful, bro.
Absolutely beautiful.
And all I see is the movie. Kill everybody.
And they're a long ways from that at that time.
Yeah.
In a short period of time, really.
Yeah, pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable, yes.
Chain of events, for sure.
Yeah, but America once it still has a crazy history, but it still has a dark history. But we don't tie it to like, I'm never going there because of this dark history. We say, oh, okay, that was the past. When it comes to Africa, it's like, I don't know.
You know what I really, 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 really want to go to Africa for?
Talk to me.
To train with the Kenyans.
In the mountains.
For the running.
You gotta do
You ready for that?
No. No, I never said that. I never said, yeah, but I want to like
long distance run.
Like, I ran a marathon.
Yeah.
I'm running again this year. Hell yeah. I'm running again this year.
New York City?
New York City. Yeah, I'm doing. I'm only sticking with New York City. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everywhere else.
Yeah.
But so what I want to do, what I'm doing this time is, because I did this shit raw with just me, my homie Mitch, my homie Los, and a bunch of us, and they have ran marathons, but we ain't hired no real trainer. Like, it's like, we got access to all this shit. Like, that's like, having Michael Jordan and have him on the bench, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do that. But then the last part to that puzzle is to say, you know what? Before it, like 4 weeks away from it, I'm gonna go to Kenya though. Cause I'm hiring the dudes that live here.
Yeah,
I'm hiring the two people that I know that won the marathon.
Oh, wow.
I think one is an Ethiopian and one is a Kenyan, but they live in America, so I'm hiring them.
Are they gonna train you?
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I'm gonna go to the real deal. I want to go to the dirt fields, brother. Yeah, I want to go to the dirt fields.
When you guys go to these countries, does it always translate the same knowledge of what you do? Because you know it's here.
I was in Japan.
Not yet.
China.
China. Okay.
Does it translate always?
I think people they hear the information and they can interpret it but so much, right? Because laws are different, governments are different, policies are different. And so it's that need for it, right? They're like, again, somebody's at least speaking about financial education. I know some of those things don't apply, but maybe I can use this in terms of entrepreneurship to get my business off the ground, which is part of the reason why we kind of go there, because we understand that. But if we were able to do this in America with Earn Your Leisure, what happens when we go to Africa and we go to Accra and we find entrepreneurs that are doing it? And I'm saying like, hey, we want to give everybody this story so that the people here can now find opportunities in this story, right? It's one thing to hear us do it, but it's even a better story when they hear people that are from where they're from actually doing it with the stamp of us. Because I think the most important thing for us was, yes, we have intelligence, right? Yes, we have a voice. Yes, we have a platform. But most importantly, we build trust. Right? Like every week we're talking to people. Every day we're talking to people. And so when people build up that trust, they feel like, okay, what are they going to do next? Because if they do something, I know they're going to give us the realest information possible so that we can benefit from it.
And that's why we started EYL Africa too, for localized content. Because the entrepreneurship aspect, people can always draw inspiration, but it's a lot of nuances. Right. So we actually started a new division called EYL Africa. And that's localized.
Like not one clap. What's up with that?
We ain't want to cut him off. You know, we ain't want to cut him off. He was on one right there.
That's localized content. It's about 6 countries right now, and we're looking to expand it.
Are you ever not welcome in one of these countries by a government? Like, is there anybody like that doesn't necessarily like? You said that they were surprised at people speaking so openly.
One government, I won't mention the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, politics is tricky. Well, we was affiliated with a person, and we was about to go, and they was like, wait. They had to figure out the affiliation.
Andrew Tate?
No.
That would be an L.
That's crazy.
But I'll say this, though. One thing is, like, another thing in America, a lot of countries in the world, you just can't talk about the government.
Right.
Like, that's one thing in America I think we take for granted. Right. You say anything about the president, about Congress.
For the most part.
For the most part. Now, it's getting tricky. Yeah. But you go to some of these other countries, you say something about the leader,
yeah, for sure. Good luck.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
When I'm
overseas, I avoid speaking about politics so good.
That's smart.
Like when a person say to me, "You from America?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You're president." I go, "Oh, hey, man. Is that Snickers over there?" Like, I changed the subject so bad because I don't know. I can't lie to you. When Obama was in office, I would speak so freely about the
vibe was different, for sure.
Obama was cool to these people.
Like
you don't know what side of the fence they is with Trump. You don't know if they
might be an agent. It might be an agent.
If they want him, you somewhat think, like, damn, are they Aryan Brotherhood? And then if they not
like in Russia, the soccer.
Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy. So I'm sorry to get political, but let me ask y'all: do y'all have a stance on Trump? Is he good?
Is he what?
Because he's known. For last term,
this is water, right?
No. Yeah. Last term, he gave out the STEMIs.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
You was hyped about that.
Did you? Listen. You know why I was hyped? Yo, I wasn't paying for dinners. Like my broke friends were stepping out.
You ain't get a STEMI?
My broke friends were stepping out.
Miami PPP were crazy. Everybody talk about Atlanta.
People got roped up for that shit.
The Miami PPP era.
Let me tell you how bad it was.
Legendary.
Let me tell you how bad it was during the PPP joint, right? So we have to film. So we rushed and we just go get some Moet. We didn't have the Ace of Spades, which is the Armand Jacques, the best on the planet. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have it, so we went and got some Moet real quick, right? This is before Jay had made the deal. So everyone's bored in the crib. So he must have saw this shit, and he's like, "Yo, man, I thought you only you fuck with the owners." And I'm like, he's like, "Do you know Mr. Moet?" I'm like, "No, I do not know Mr. Moet. No, I don't." And he's like, I was like, "Yo, but they ran out of Ace out here." He's like, "N.O.R.E, they don't run out of Ace." I said, "I'm going to prove it to you." And I had to literally go to each store and be like, "Yo, where's y'all Ace of Spade at?" They're like, "Yo, we ran out. I swear to God, I'm giving you that. I'm saying that to say
that's how the money.
That's how much money was being spent out here. I'm talking about in the hood. hood.
A lot of ace.
I'm somebody in the hood, they ran out of ace.
Yo.
Like, who the fuck is buying ace in the hood? Why do y'all even got ace in the hood?
Miami.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I got hype. Sorry.
Number one COVID city in America was Atlanta.
Atlanta never closed, brother.
That was the best time in the world.
I was out in Atlanta back and forth like nothing that never happened.
But the number two was Miami.
I know. I know.
We spent a lot of time in Miami during COVID. Bro, it was a great time. Granted, I did catch COVID in Miami for the first time.
God damn it. Let's make this noise if you catch You gotta leave with something coming from Miami. You know what I mean?
I'm leaving with sun.
You come on vacation and leave on probation out
That was the best case scenario for you.
It was like 20 people dinners. It was. But all right, so Trump. Let's get to Trump.
Yeah, so
I think that Trump is an opportunist, and he's making the most of this opportunity right now. Man, he said how much he make? $3 billion.
Billions, man. The family as a whole.
Since he became president this time, 18. Like, yo, he's running up a bad. I've actually never seen somebody take full advantage of an opportunity like this. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, that's the part that's hard.
That's the Queens in you.
Pause. No. I'm just saying. That's the one thing I wish Barack would have did. I wish he would have went out with a bang. Like I wish he would have been like, fuck this. Weed is legal forever. I wish you would have did some shit like that.
Like that is the thought process.
They would have locked him up.
Exactly. But you're looking at it like, yo, how was he able to do all these things and still fall in a kind of legal category?
Who, Barack? Or you talking about
Trump.
Okay.
What he's doing now. And you think about like all the presidents have come before him. They never tried to do any of these things.
Nah, he don't give a fuck.
Let me give y'all a bonus. Let me give y'all a quiz.
Yeah.
So, how many stock trades do you think that?
I saw y'all clip about this, so I know the answer.
How many stock trades do you think that President Clinton took during his 8 years of being a president?
I don't even know.
Take a guess.
15?
0.
Okay.
How many stock trades do you think George Bush took during his 8 years of being a president?
0.
How many stock trades do you think that Joe Biden took during
0.
Barack Obama?
0.
How many stock trades do you think that Donald Trump took?
At least 50.
In the first two years of this president.
How many?
Yeah.
What's your? You know.
I said 50.
You said 50?
Yeah, 11,000?
That's a lot. 3,600.
What?
In 2 years.
Now imagine that. The guy who
that's beyond insider trading.
Hold on, time out. All right, so what is he taking stocks out on?
Everything.
He knows what policies he's about to influence.
So you saying this is inside trade?
Allegedly, right?
Okay.
If a company like Palantir, which has defense contracts, which has government contracts, and you know they're signing off on those contracts, and the stock is trading at $34, and you know they're about to sign a $6 billion deal in 2 months, wouldn't you invest in that? Right. Well, the policy
ain't that what Martha Stewart went to jail for?
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. And you thinking like all those presidents did nothing. This guy's done 3,600 in the past 2 years. It feels like it's illegal. The people who are making policy, right, and changing laws and changing restrictions are actually the people that are investing in the companies that are doing it.
That's like 20. That's like 20 trades a day.
Ain't that like
And to be fair, it's not just him; it's the whole of Congress on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah, but the volume that he's doing it.
Oh no, and the president doing it is
crazy. Conflict prediction trading.
Oh, prediction
market. Like the poly markets.
Hold on, the last part is on this, right?
Okay.
Because number one, he makes $3 billion in crypto. His son becomes a billionaire from crypto. He's a crypto-friendly president. They're going to, again, change policy to make sure that the crypto economy flourishes, right? Because they want to be ahead of that. But the next part is like what he's done recently, where he has True Social, his own social media platform, and he's watching this pattern when he says a company, right, the company appreciates. He's done this like 3 or 4 times over the past year. But he's saying now, like, look, if you want that type of like tweet to go directly to you, pay $100,000.
Wait, you could pay him to tweet for you?
No, if you join the subscription,
he's a marketing.
If you join the subscription in his social media platform,
information before
you gonna get the information before the rest of the world gets
you know what's so crazy? It's like you know who John Morgan is? Morgan
just had
personal injury attorney. Yeah.
On your show.
He said something that was ill. The hardest working people in America make the least.
Yeah, so
the hardest working people in America. The harder you work, the broker you're gonna be. That's the harsh reality of it. These people is finding new ways to make money out of thin air. From the stock market, they turned that shit into a casino with gambling. Now the prediction market is so crazy. Like you could predict anything. You could predict Donald Trump is going to say Iran in his speech. And if he says Iran in his speech, you can make $50,000. Like, they just finding ways to make money.
Yo, with that shit.
Don't do it, buddy.
Yo, now I be seeing motherfuckers on the plane going crazy.
Yo, they just
them
knocked the dude. So that, what he's saying right now, the speech writer actually did that.
Of course, because he wrote the speech.
Oh, so he bet on what he knew.
He bet on it?
Yes.
Yo, our government is fucked.
It's just crazy, bro.
And then he went on Polymarket.
Y'all, when y'all was like, yo, I wonder if they're going to make it by 4. You say no, he says yes.
Yes, I said yes.
Yo, let's put the odds on that.
Yeah, we didn't just do that without even knowing we did
It's just a natural thing. Like, how can we make money from that?
And it's like, okay, Jeffrey Epstein said this in one of them when they was leaking the file. They said, look, we don't work for money. We don't work for money. Like, that's beneath us. We just invent ways to make money. These motherfuckers are inventing ways to make money. That's what the whole subprime mortgage shit was about.
All right.
They just making mortgages out of nowhere, subprime mortgages, and let's credit security-backed loans. And fucking, like I said, now you got stocks and derivatives, and now you got
all types of shit.
Prediction markets. And then they got this shit where you can do an IPO without actually IPOing a company. Like, they just come up with different formulas to make money.
Yeah.
In front of a computer, doing nothing. While somebody that's actually working in a farm and literally breaking their back is getting paid $30 for the day.
But doesn't that make it feel like our whole financial system is on thin ice? If that's the way that everybody's operating at the top, at least?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's why I said, I think the predictive market is like, when they say infinity stones, like, that's the last frontier.
What you said? When you say what?
The predictive market. So Kalshis and poly markets of the world.
Okay.
Because when you think about, like, who's doing that, it almost feels like it's gamified. Like, you and I might have the education to say we're not going to do it. N.O.R.E said he's already going to do it, right? But, like, kids.
Sonny's been doing it.
Kids are going to do it, right? It's the same. It's the 30-year mindset, right? If I can get a kid to start doing that at 14, I'm going to keep him for life. Like, if you can get into that habit of saying, I think Joe Burrow's going to throw a touchdown in the first quarter, and I'm just thinking that it's fantasy football. But that translates into later in life when you're doing it for anything, right? Like, you're talking about somebody that's writing a speech to say, I know what he's going to say. I remember during the Super Bowl, we were sitting there like, yo, you think Cardi B's going to come out? I'm looking on Poly Market like, there's a 60% chance. I'm getting phone calls like, yo, she's not coming out. I'm like, you sure? You know what I'm saying?
Now, there's people that knew that she was not coming out, right? Like, if you're around her, you know she's coming out or she's not coming out. Right. Now, let's say that you bet $100,000.
I get what you're saying. Oh, okay.
And that's what people, people be like, yo, y'all make content for a living. Y'all do, that's not real work. Once again, well, the hardest working people in America make the least. So, technically, you should find a way to work.
So, what's that shit on Netflix? It's like a 36-minute documentary. It's about this shit. I just saw the shit. And,
Social Dilemma?
I don't think it's that name. But it's a guy, he invested, and then he knew, like, someone knew inside, and he pulled all his money out because of that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, that happens all the time.
100%. They've only
So is that illegal? So if they say, Rashad is going to go to Blimpies and order a turkey and cheese, and I know you don't eat turkey and cheese, is that illegal for me to go and bet and say he's going to order a vegan salad?
It's not illegal if you know that, but it's illegal if I tell you, yo, I'm not going.
Okay.
If you just use what you know, then that's not illegal. But if you have what we call inside information, you know for a fact it's impossible for me to go here because I'm here with you. So now you have information that the public is not privy to, but Congress. So 2 weeks before COVID hit, the stock market crashed when COVID hit. 2 weeks before COVID hit, like 60% of the stock of Congress sold all their stocks because they had the information before we did. So they knew that the world was about to shut down. They acted on that information.
Yeah.
Think about that. So they get in. So if they know, imagine what the president knows.
Yeah. Go look at February of this year. And right before we go to conflict with Iran, which is kind of out of nowhere, markets at an all-time high. Look what it does for the next 3 weeks, right? If you look at the defense secretary, well, what's he called now? It's not even the defense secretary. Secretary of War.
Yeah.
Look at the things that he's invested in.
Right.
Right? He's invested in war technology companies, defense companies, RTX is a company. He's investing in companies. Well, why? You think he doesn't know anything that we're about to go to conflict with a country?
And Trump pardoned all of them already. He already said, don't worry, y'all are going to be pardoned.
That's another gangster shit he did too. He pardoned the whole white boy crew.
No, but he pardoned his government already.
The Russian shit. That shit. Word.
Yeah, he pardoned his whole staff. Like, everybody, you good. Don't worry about it. Keep wilding out.
But he can't, even as a sitting president, like there's certain limitations that he cannot be found liable for.
Right.
And he's made sure that that's happened. And he's put a Supreme Court in place, right? Like he's put justices on that court that hopefully are going to rule in his favor. Now, they haven't always done it, but the likelihood of it is like you got a better chance if they did.
Like this shit. Remember we was in Dubai? What was the name of the card? That card? Credit card?
Dubai?
The dude showed us.
So that was
He was like he's like, you heard of black card? I'm like, yeah, black card. He's like, that's a piece of shit. That's like Amex. He's like, this card. He showed us the card.
I forgot. It was like a gold joint.
It's some other shit, bro. Some other
you
shit.
buy a country with that shit?
You know, like
Nigga said the black card ain't shit. Damn. Who is this nigga?
You know the video games, like how it's like you get to the next level,
right?
And then it's like, oh shit, you got to a next level. Like there's levels to this shit, bro. Like, and it's like when you like we literally was with the dude and he was telling us like, yo, the black card ain't shit, bro.
Wow.
Like this is $100 million.
The black card is literally unlimited.
No, the next is
the next shit. Yeah.
The next shit. He was showing us the shit. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck?
But obviously it's not Amex.
No.
Okay.
So he's like, yo, you could put $50 million on this credit card.
Wow.
Yeah, shit was ridiculous.
Wow.
And he was like, yo, there's a whole nother level to this shit that nobody knows about.
Wow.
Like they just playing.
Yeah, you got to get invited to even be a part of this shit.
Wow. Yeah, well, you got to be invited to get the black card as well. You got to spend a certain amount.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. But we heard about the black card.
Right.
I never heard about it.
Right.
And this was from a retail American bank that issues it.
Wow.
Like, and he's like,
this is the guy in Dubai, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Dubai. So I'm just like, yo, this shit's crazy, man. It's like, you know, they say ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
it's true.
Right.
Because when you're ignorant, you can go through life kind of carefree.
Right.
But when you start to know things, then you have a burden of responsibility. There's a burden of responsibility that comes with the truth. When you know, you just eat fast food, McDonald's, all types of shit. You ignorant. You're a little kid. Then you start to do the knowledge, and you're like, damn, this shit's causing high blood pressure and diabetes. It's fucking up my brain cells. Now it's like, not only do you feel bad about it, you feel bad when somebody you love, now you got to teach them.
Yeah.
Now they getting mad at you. They don't want to be around you, but it's a responsibility that comes with education.
Right.
That's what we have.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's a responsibility that comes with education. Like I said, we know that people have been ignorant for a long time. So now when you see some shit, you can't unsee it. So now you change your life, but now you got to change other people's lives. And it's like what Jay said, we ain't get through to you yet. We still got to deal with fucking idiots that still don't fully understand. They're like, well, investing is gambling. Or like, fuck it, YOLO. Or why would I buy life insurance if I don't fuck my kids? Like, know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's how I feel. Like, why? I ain't thinking about them. Like, why? I'm not thinking about dying. Why would I get life insurance? That's the shit. But like, when people see it, they like, oh, what are these guys doing again? Like, we go to Davos. They're like, what the hell y'all doing in Davos? I'm like, well, that's where 281 billionaires meet every year. You want to know what they're talking about? Oh, nah, they part of the Illuminati. They about to get sacrificed to the mountains. I'm like, nah, bro, we out here trying to figure out what they're talking about.
Right.
Because once we hear what they're talking about, we come back, we be sitting there like, oh, shit.
Right.
Like, they have no idea what, these dudes are making the decisions for the entire world. Right? And we coming back to tell you, like, yo, this is what's happening. They like, nah, bro, yo, you heard that freestyle, though? Like, all right, cool. Right? You almost feel like, shit, should I tell these people? Are they ready to handle what we're about to tell them from what we're hearing? And most times they not.
That's right. You mentioned Jay earlier.
Yeah.
And I was in LA working with Dr. Dre.
Congratulations on that.
Seeing everybody saying that this was like the greatest concert on earth, like the 3 days, but then I saw you. I saw your blog. And you was like,
yo, can I get more of this?
To Rock Nation.
No. Let me say.
Stadium.
I said, all right. We was there. He went all 3 days. I went Saturday and I went Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday to me was the best concert I've ever been into.
And that's the one that started at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
12 a.m.
12 a.m. Okay.
Yo, it was the best.
Technically Monday morning.
Facts.
Yeah, okay.
It was the best show I've ever been to in my life. It's also the worst logistical shit I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Right.
Both things can be true.
Leaving on Saturday took me 2.5 hours to get out of the Bronx. And you know, Yankee Stadium, the bridge to Manhattan is right there.
Yeah. 135th Street.
It took me 2.5 hours to cross the bridge. Logistical nightmare. Yo, we was outside. He was inside. I got there a little later. On Sunday, we was outside for 4.5 hours.
Damn.
10,000 people was outside a Yankee Stadium for 4. I've never seen no shit like that.
Okay, but wasn't it because people rushed the doors?
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
I seen it online.
Yeah, so
That's what they said.
Inside, we don't know that. Inside, we just waiting. And I'm like, yo, D-Nice, he went off a long time ago. Because D-Nice is...
Because you know why?
Yeah.
The Bronx wasn't being the Bronx Friday and Saturday. So they had to they're like, it's the last day. Let me let y'all know y'all in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Because a lot of the Bronx people didn't get tickets. So this was their way of getting
But you know
tickets.
what, though? It was an older crowd, which was helpful.
That helped.
Because most people that was there
That's a great critique.
was 30, 40, 50.
Wow.
So nobody really trying to fight. And if it was young
niggas'
kids
knees is
there,
fucked up. Yeah.
They was aggravated, but nobody really want to.
Nobody left.
Right.
Everybody stayed.
And nobody, it didn't get violent, nothing like that.
Right.
It never even felt like
old
it was
niggas. Old niggas ain't got it in us no more.
Exactly. It's a mature crowd.
And I think at a certain point, everybody got that same feeling like, this is going to be something historical. It just had that feeling like, yo, this is the night where we already know that the night one was for Reasonable Doubt. We know night two was for Blueprint. We kind of don't know what night three is, but it feels like it's going to be a medley or a wild card. You feel like he's going to bring some people back. You can start to see that people in the city, I mean, New York City's going crazy, right? You got all of these events happening.
The Knicks started it.
The Knicks started it. You had, obviously, the World Cup ended there.
The World Cup was trying to bite our style, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, they saw it. I'm sorry to cut you off. But like they try to they're trying to do what we did in Times Square. Like, shut the fuck up, man.
No.
They tried.
Nothing was like that.
Yeah, they tried.
There was nothing like that.
I'm sorry. Remember what you was talking about?
I was saying, like, all the things that were happening in New York at the time. So you felt like, all right, everybody's there. Like, you was there. I was there Friday night. You saw the people that were in attendance. Saturday night, same people. I'm like, yo, there's Bron there. Like, everybody's there. And so Sunday kind of felt like that. And during the time where everybody's waiting, I'm just like, shit. I'm starting to think about, from an event standpoint, like, if he doesn't get on stage by the time, are they going to start, that this is going to be a fine if he didn't get off by 11? Well, if he doesn't get off by 12, well, maybe they're going to pay the fine. Meanwhile, he's asking, like, from outside, like, yo, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know what's going on. He's like, yo, they just shut down the gates. I'm like, what you mean?
And you outside?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, they shut down the gates. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, if they shut down the gates and there's people outside, he can't start the show. Because if he starts the show, they about to bum rush this shit.
That would have been
ugly.
That would have been.
So, and I get a lot of credit to him and his team for realizing, like, we cannot do this because he knows the repercussions. If he gets on that microphone and they hear like that, this whole shit gonna get shut down. Now, the credit to the people that were inside, because again, they sat there, people were patient. It wasn't too hot outside. People were just waiting because they wanted to be part of the moment. And we just sat there for 4 hours, right? Nobody wants to get up because you're like, yo, if I go get something and they start the show, it's so crowded, I might not get back. I'm going to miss something. So we just sitting there
Nobody go and get glizzies.
No, nah, we don't do that.
The Bronx, man. Come on.
Glizzy.
We're not doing the glizzy.
I'm fucking with you.
You know what's so crazy, though? I was outside. It wasn't that bad because it was a vibe. I'm just running into random people that I hadn't seen. People like, yo, I fuck with the show. We having conversations. We try and go from one place to another place to get to, like, it became like a whole scavenger hunt of how to try to get in and outside. But it was so crazy because it's like, here's my thing, because we do events, right? So we know that you work with the facility. So Yankee Stadium, that shit was terrible. They had a complete failure. They had like 80-year-old men and like 16-year-old kids. Yeah. Their security was completely unequipped at all.
Right.
NYPD, I don't know what the fuck they did because they changed the whole route. They came in Sunday, they blocked the bridge off. You know the bridge from Harlem to Yankee Stadium? They blocked that bridge off. I knew we was in trouble from that point because that wasn't blocked off on Saturday. They blocked the bridge off. They got cops there. They're the ones that called the Yankee Stadium security inside. Imagine this. So we outside, because I got there right before they closed the doors. We at the entrance for the suite, they had closed the doors. Yankee Stadium security is already like undermanned and not trained. They're not even real security guards. NYPD comes, they completely undermanned also. They call all Yankee Stadium security inside. That's a dumbass decision. After 10 minutes, people realize there's no security inside and they bum rush the barrier. Right. So now I'm like, oh shit, this could get ugly. Luckily, it didn't get too crazy. But NYPD, I don't know what the fuck they did. Like, they were completely clueless and helpless. And if they actually made it worse. So the Rock Nation thing, I'm just saying, Live Nation, Rock Nation, however they worked that together, it might have just been Live Nation. You got to coordinate with the venue. Because they was like, well, the venue had this entrance closed, and you should have coordinated that. I'm sure you've been speaking with Yankee Stadium for months. You got to go through how many entrances do we have open? We're going to need all entrances open. We're going to need this, da-da-da. The event planner got to take some responsibility for that. Yankee Stadium 100% will take responsibility, but you can't have logistical failure 3 nights in a row. One night, okay, fuck it. Saturday, we're going to get it right. You fucked up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It felt like it was almost a sabotage. Like they wanted it to be crazy. They wanted something to happen. That's kind of what it felt like.
That was an advocate. What if it's just something they wasn't prepared for, like you said?
But they had to be.
But how you not prepared?
Like you said, you do events, right? And there's been times you probably estimate there's a certain amount of people
100%.
coming, and then again, there's people that's tag-alongs. Like me, I'm sorry to
20 people.
Like relate myself, right?
It's light work.
Like they used to call me a come-up artist, right? Yeah. Like meaning, like I used to get there, and once I get there, people go and get the tickets. Like they want to know that I'm there, right?
Yeah.
So what if it was like a situation like that, where it's like, you know what, the first night, you know what I mean, and then all these crowds, and it was just unbearable. Like it was something that they wasn't prepared for.
By day two, you should have it figured out.
Okay. Day 2, you should have it figured out. But like he set the attendance for a live event, right? So he's done tours when Yankee Stadium was part of it, right? Like when he was with Eminem, when they did Justin Timberlake, they did those stadium tours. So this is not something that's not unfamiliar to them. In fact, when the Yankees play and they got a playoff game, it actually holds more people than what Jay had those nights. Right. And so you look at it from a sheer population standpoint, it can hold up to 52,000 at its max. Right. He had 44,000, so that means that there was less people. Logistically, it was just not mapped out, right? Like, I don't know that I can only enter through gate 2 if I have this ticket, or I can only enter through gate 8 if I got this ticket. And so you start getting people piled up. You got a VIP line that's converted. It was just logistically confusing. The reason why it wasn't chaos is because the love for Jay.
Yeah,
but people love him so much that they were like, we're not gonna fuck this up for him. And it could have been. Yeah. I think the people that came, yes, that made it historic. I don't think it was his best show, but I think the night was so historic. But it could have been something that was, I mean, it'll be talked about forever still. It would have been different if that doesn't happen. But people love him so much that they didn't want to fuck the night up.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Remember the episode with Larry David, and he kept asking him. He goes in the restaurant. He goes, your food has been delayed because there was a small, I forget what he called it, in the back. It was a small something in the back, right? And my point is, do we blame Jay because?
Oh no!
Because no. Like I said, I don't blame Jay-Z. I think he knew he had to perform at the highest level possible, and he gave a hell of a show. All the guests that was there, but you could just tell he didn't take no breaks throughout the whole show. Once he got on, he knew like, all right, I got to make sure I give these people what they paid for. Yeah. So they stayed the whole, and it was a great show. Kudos to him. Like, to me, that was the best concert I've ever been to. But I'm
Mr. Lee has stocks in Live Nation or something.
I did too.
But I'm just saying, but everybody makes mistakes. But I'm just saying, from a Live Nation standpoint, Rock Nation, Live Nation, Yankee Stadium, NYPD, that was a logistical failure. I don't think he's the one that's in a meeting of Rock Nation Live. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think so. Yeah. So, they just got to do better next time. It's not learning experience.
Yeah, I don't think LA ain't gonna be like that.
Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Nah.
See, this is the reason why. Like, those first, like, I believe if he would have did almost like a residency like Bad Bunny, I think he could have sold it out every single time.
100%.
I think so.
Every single time. And I think he would have got like the first couple of shows, I believe Bad Bunny had somewhat of the same type of problem. Yeah. But by the time I got there maybe a month into his shit.
Almost last week.
No. I was in the middle. Joe went to last week. And he went the last 3 weeks. I went like the third week. Shit was tight.
Yeah. That's what I said. LA ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah.
The London show ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah. I might go to the Paris show.
I'm thinking about London.
Yeah, London is what day is it?
So it's on Beyonce's birthday.
I think 11th.
So you know what I'm saying? I think something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paris is the 9/11.
The 10th.
So Paris is the 10th, yeah.
10th, yeah.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be out there anyway.
Patty.
Hit the Yalla.
Patty.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bounce it around and we'll get back.
Yeah.
So another thing, my friend Jamie Lefrak told me when it was like, I was asking him like, and he said, invest in rich.
In rich?
Rich.
Like if I wanted to buy a property like that, I want to keep in rich communities, like in you know what I'm saying. Okay. And I thought about it, right? Because friend of mine, Eric, everybody knows Eric. Eric kept sending me things, and I was trying to do the flip shit, right?
Okay.
Go get a house, go get a 6-bedroom,
renovate it.
I was gonna get a six. What's that shit? 6-family house. Get a property manager, do all that shit.
Multifamily.
And the multifamily, there we go. And then I was going to get another joint that I wanted to rent out, but I wanted to live in there, so I wanted some fly shit. Is that something that you guys agree with?
I think, you get in a rich neighborhood is going to appreciate over the course of time.
It's going to appreciate.
I think. All right,
but the entry level is harder to get into.
100%.
Yeah.
Then there's a really bad neighborhood.
Okay.
And there's a lower price point, obviously, but you're going to have to deal with issues.
Right.
The slightly dangerous neighborhood is probably the sweet spot because that's the one that's changing.
Almost middle class?
Lower middle class.
Lower, almost middle?
Yeah. Lower
like the one that's about to be gentrified?
Yeah.
The one that's just getting a Starbucks?
Yeah.
They thinking about it?
Yeah. It's on the fence. It's at the planning board.
They're not sure yet.
There's no arguments at the board.
100%.
They got the Starbucks, but no cappuccinos in there.
That's the one that in 10 years, you're going to say, oh shit, Bed-Stuy now looks like Fort Greene.
Right.
Yeah.
When Fort Greene now looks like Soho.
But this area was Wynwood. This was
you know when I first came to Wynwood?
Wow.
Yo, Wynwood was so dangerous. It was like
one of the most dangerous neighborhoods.
It was like Night of the Living Zombies, where it was so many crackheads on the street. And I hadn't seen no shit like that because I was born in the 80s. I didn't grow up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. So I heard stories about how there used to be 100 fiends lined up on the street, shit like that. I have physically never seen that before.
Right.
I was like, holy shit, this is what 88 looked like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I came back 4 years later and it's Art Basel.
Yeah.
It was so dangerous. The only people that would do art out here was the graffiti artists because the cops wasn't fucking with them. So that's why it became all these murals and that started to...
So how did they, because this shit just changed.
This was the mecca of like hip hop in Miami. Like we would have all our hip hop parties. Everybody from Miami would come out here. So Zulu Nation was out here. They would secure it.
How did they clean this shit up so quickly?
It was big money that came in eventually, but it was the galleries. So what happens, all the graffiti artists in the city, they had these things called pennants. So it's all these walls where they all agreed, we're gonna all do our murals here, we won't fight here. But the cops aren't fucking with us because this neighborhood is like off limits even to the cops. So you start to see all this art here, and then these warehouses were just warehouses, abandoned warehouses, car body shops, and then they started to do galleries popping up around the fact that there was like all this graffiti and art. Like that became like the cool factor. And so these little mini galleries started popping up, and they started doing little art walks where you would go to the galleries and serve you free wine, and then you would have like these like people that were like trying to be cool in the art world, but it was just like on the ground level. But
that attracts a different crowd.
It was the graffiti artists that really had this going. And then going back into the 90s, we would come out here and there was this area called, Wynwood was like a predominantly Puerto Rican area, like a little Puerto Rican pocket in Miami. And they had Roberto Clemente Park, and Zulu Nation was pretty heavy out here. And they would do a lot of hip hop jams out here. Yeah.
In Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, they had like a chapter in Miami?
Yeah. And so they would do security out here.
What year was that?
This is like late 80s, early 90s, going into the mid 90s. They had a thing called Hoodstock that this dude, DJ Raw, he was infamous out here in Wynwood.
Yeah.
He did this huge concert, free to the whole neighborhood out here with all the top hip hop artists. And it was rivalry when How Can I Be Down? I don't know if you guys know that convention that used to happen in the 90s.
That shit. I'm old as hell.
Peter Thomas, Def Jam was a big hip hop convention.
That's right. He was,
So that's what really started this whole area. But then what happened is it started to rise in value.
Yeah.
And then people started selling their
property here, like
you figure like from Brickell, they start building, then everything starts moving up.
Like even Brickell in the early 90s was crazy hood too.
Yeah.
Well, they said now it's like Little Haiti. They starting to gentrify that.
It's been getting gentrified.
It's gonna take some time though. It'll take some time
because they're it's like Little Havana. There's so much culture there. They're trying to fight it a little bit.
Yeah, I feel on
get
Instagram,
ownership of it.
Instagram,
it's like something like historic.
Yeah. One dude, we actually ran into him a few times, but I guess he's like one of the community leaders, and he was saying like they trying to fight against it. Because they even tried to change the name, I think, to like
Lemon City, I think, or Lemon City's something like that.
Brickell West.
Yeah.
Damn.
So let me ask you, right?
That's crazy.
This is the reason why I asked, right? I'm from New York City. I love pizza, and I went to Cuts and Slices the other day, right? That was the one in Manhattan, right? Boom. So just out the blue, I had a photo shoot right by the Brooklyn Bridge, right? Somewhere, or I was like right over the Brooklyn Bridge. So I wanted to Cuts and Slices again. So I was like, all right, cool. They was like, where's the closest one? It was in Brooklyn, right? I didn't even check the neighborhood. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, back in the days, you going to Brooklyn? What part of Brooklyn? What part of that? Like, were you going to Best Style? What part of Best Style? Like gentrification.
You felt so comfortable.
Gentrification is so like...
It happens quick.
I didn't even realize what I was doing. I was like, this is still Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm asking, is gentrification a good thing?
The definition of gentrification is a positive thing. It's turning lower income neighborhood into a middle class neighborhood to improve the residents' lives and infrastructure. That's the definition, dictionary definition. The condentation is negative. The condentation is
pushing people out,
changing the culture that was once there and now reframing it.
Yeah,
so it's like anybody should want to improve their neighborhood. I think what people don't appreciate is like the colonization aspect of it. We've been doing block parties here for 20 years and nobody ever gets hurt. And then you are one person, you move here and now you call the cops because you don't like the sound of the music. Right. Well, you should have never moved here if you didn't like the sound of the music because it happens every Sunday, right?
So let me be devil advocate real quick, right? Because a lot of people say then, why didn't you buy the neighborhood, right?
No, 100%. And
I think because when you say you, I think that's part of it too. I'm gonna let you finish it, but I think when we hear gentrification, we think that white wealthy people coming into black neighborhoods.
That's what we think.
Take over. That's what we think.
A lot of times they already own the properties though.
But we're not thinking.
But is it possible for
and that's the problem too
to own the hood?
It is, but you got it. Okay,
I'm sorry, I'm asking two different questions at once. This is shit I got.
It's like they say like don't sell grandma's house, right?
Right.
Like don't sell your home, and because it's like okay. Sell your home and you move to the suburbs. But then when you move to the suburbs, somebody from the suburbs is moving into your neighborhood. So now it's the reverse situation that's happening. So you can look at it from a few different standpoints, but I think the first thing is that you got to have pride in your community. That's why I love Rwanda so much. Because Rwanda not only is the cleanest country in Africa, it's also one of the safest countries in Africa. I think that it's a direct correlation. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Direct correlation to what?
Okay. If you feel comfortable throwing trash on the street, pissing on the alley, treating your shit like you gonna feel comfortable robbing somebody. You gonna feel that may seem like an extreme, but it's true. If you feel like I gotta leave this place cleaner than what I saw it, you're gonna think twice about any level of crime.
It changes the whole
dynamic.
It's a mindset.
It changes the whole dynamic. So I always said a lot of our problem in America is our mindset. Because even if you go, I remember the first time I went to South Central and they was driving us through and I was like, when are we going to get to Crenshaw? Because I had seen it in the movies. They're like, we're actually in Crenshaw. It looked like a suburb.
Right, yeah.
Because it's manicured lawns, it's private homes. But of course, it's dangerous and it's gang activity and all of that. But what I'm saying is that people will come from another country and see what we have as a mansion. As an unbelievable opportunity because they was literally sleeping in a hut. we don't have full. The idea of air conditioning is something that half the world's population doesn't even understand.
Even in England right now, that's why people are dying. With
I just missed that.
They don't have AC.
Lights. There's 400 million people in Africa that don't have lights.
Wow.
They don't 7 o'clock at night. The night's over.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like the night's over when the sun goes down, literally. So it's like the mindset is a big thing. A lot of times we can go to Beverly Hills and turn into a hood because of our mindset. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like it wasn't that Bed-Stuy was a bad neighborhood because obviously they turned it into what it is. Yeah. The Harlem, they saw the value in it. So it's like a lot of times we are not necessarily in the worst geographic area. It's the mentality that we have. Yeah. And like I said, it's just little things like throwing shit on the street or, you know what I'm saying? Like just taking pride in something. You see something that's broken, fix it, right? Like how you do one thing is how you do everything, and it's a trickle-down effect, and now the whole community rallied behind it. So another thing in Rwanda, every Sunday, they walk as a country, and the president walks with them. No cars on Sundays. You would appreciate that run chance. They walk every single Sunday. It's like,
and they get out and clean. Every
and they get what?
They go outside and clean.
And clean.
It's like the whole country does community service.
Right. Community service. And they get out. You see people sweeping right in front of wherever they live. They sweep in the street. It's pristine, right? Because everybody buys into that mentality.
They take pride in
pride, right? They take they believe that there's value in where they're at. We don't see where we're living as value. You know when we see value? When somebody puts up a skyscraper, they're like, "Yo, what they doing here?" They looking at it like, yo, y'all been here this whole time. Y'all didn't value it? Wow. We're going to actually show you the value. Then it becomes unaffordable, and we're like, yo, what happened, right? Let's talk Yankee Stadium. You drive down to Yankee Stadium, you look at Mount Haven, right? You got Mount Haven, and then you got 20 new buildings going up. Wow, they looking at it like, oh,
luxury apartment.
They looking like,
in the BX?
That's waterfront property.
Wow.
Right? Long Island City.
Wow, Long Island City is Little Manhattan.
Right?
That shit is not even Queens.
It's not Queensbridge. They looking at it like, yo, that's our waterfront property. We can put luxury buildings here. We can change the narrative of how this place is going to be looked at.
And it's fly.
It's fly. But how long has it been there? And they're looking at it like, oh,
you know what's fucked up? That was warehouses. Like,
they looking
15,
at it.
20
that's
years
how
ago.
we seen it. They looking at it as opportunity.
But that's why ownership is so important too, because you don't appreciate what you don't own. Think about it like you lived in an apartment, you live somewhere, you buy a home, it's a difference. Shit breaks in an apartment, you call a super, fix it, fuck it.
Yeah. Break it in your crib.
You break it in your crib, you different.
You, nigga.
So exactly. So it's like your street.
More a reflection of you.
If you own that home on the street, you're going to be looking at everything that happens on the streets. The dog shits. If you just have an apartment, you might not care. Fuck it. I'm just going to go. I'm going to look over. So that's why ownership is so important too. Because when you don't own it, your mindset is different. Yeah. When you own some shit, you have a different level because you fully invested. You got skin in the game. You look at it differently.
You watching everybody, right? Yeah. You watching the neighbors. That's when you really invested in the kids. Like, yo, what they doing outside? Hey, they playing outside? Like, let me go talk to them. Can we go help them?
Community watch.
That's it, right?
What's community? What's it? Neighborhood community?
We got the neighborhood watch.
The HOA be strict.
Yeah,
talking crazy.
Who is this guy?
If a kid is going down the street on a motorcycle, like there's a whole neighborhood watch. Yo, did y'all see that bike? Like, what y'all talking about? Did you see the bike? Like, yeah, I mean, they're driving pretty fast down our street. Maybe we should put speed bumps. I'm like,
I want to get down with neighborhood.
But there's value in those conversations, though, to an extent.
I'm not there yet. I'm like, yo, if y'all can waste my time with another one of these fucking texts, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a kid. He's testing his bike out. Why do we need speed bumps?
Well, no, not that part.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it'd be the most random thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of it because, again, we're all homeowners in that space, and we're looking like, can this devalue the neighborhood, or is it going to keep the appreciation in the neighborhood up? But schools are important too.
Okay, let me
that's important. We forget that part, but like, I'm not moving to somewhere if the schools aren't great. Why? Right. Because my kids got to go up there. They got to grow up. We got to figure out how the education system, because if that's not great, and that again goes into the taxes as well, if we're not having those type of conversations, then we're really being misinformed, right? So like when you're looking at inner city schools, they're like, oh, they're not the best schools. Well, who's doing the rating on it? Who's giving them the resources, right? Like, how are we making sure that our kids are going to even wherever they live, are going to the best places that are going to help them out in the future?
So let me ask you, right?
Yeah.
I asked you this earlier, but in a different way. Now, I'm a guy who never been to Africa, but everyone is telling me, including Akon. Akon has been, he's been waving the Africa flag. The whole continent. I don't even know if they got a flag, but we're going to make it one. The whole continent.
That's a big fact.
And he's been telling go back to Africa, invest, like, you know what I mean? And I believe he said it on this show. He said if every African American was to go back to Africa, they would live 10 times better over there. This is according to him, right? So now, taking y'all advice, taking his advice, now asking y'all, if a person never been to Africa, they want to go there, they want to own their house or invest in their house and maybe Airbnb it when they're not there, and what would be the place? What would be the place you guys recommend first?
The entry to Africa is Ghana.
Ghana.
That's the entry to Africa. Okay. It's one of the closest places because it's on the West Coast. It's very familiar. You feel like you're in the Caribbean. It's a vibe. Everybody speaks English. So you won't feel like out of place.
Okay.
It's very safe.
Okay.
It's not aggressive. People are not aggressive, running up on you every 10 minutes asking for money.
Right.
Ghana is the entry to Africa.
Okay. What do you mean entry, like entry level?
If you first go into Africa,
first place.
My recommendation, that should be the first place you go to.
Okay.
Like to acclimate to the content.
To get your feet on the ground.
Right.
Now, opportunities. There's opportunities there. Kenya is where it's at. Kenya is where it's at, man. Kenya is so dope, bro. Nairobi, Kenya is a vibe, bro. Like some of the best food. It's a very metropolitan area. Then you got the safari like 20 minutes away. So you got the animals, you got the skyscrapers, you got people from all over the world. It's super diverse.
Yeah, within an 8-mile stretch, you got the Serengeti and you got the Masai Mara, right? Like two of the most prestigious places on earth that you can think for wildlife in the same country.
That's crazy.
Right? You got white sand beaches, right? Like you said, it's a tech hub.
It's Kenya?
Kenya, Nairobi specifically.
Okay.
You got white sand beaches on the coast, right? Think of the coastal properties. Like you said, tech hub is when my ears start sparking. Because I'm like, wait, if they're thinking about tech, they're thinking about growth.
Right.
You talk about affordability. We went to a luxury building, bro. This is no joke. No joke.
A lot of shit. Pool on the balcony.
3,300 square feet. Pool on your balcony. We looking at each other like, yo, how much you think this is? I'm like, nah, it's probably like maybe $1 million. We asked the lady. She was like, yeah, this is going for $2,500 a month. It's $250 to buy.
Yo, it's a pool on the balcony, not a hot tub. Not a hot tub. A pool. A pool on your balcony. Wrap around 360 balcony. Yo,
crazy.
Different.
Nairobi? Okay, I'm in.
Tomorrow.
Crazy, bro.
Super. And then we got to go to Ethiopia. That's the next place we got to go to. Because I've been hearing great things about Ethiopia also.
Not Nigeria?
Nigeria is very aggressive.
Are they scamming out there?
Shout out to Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria. David O, the whole team, we connected with them out there, Bizzle. But Nigeria is like, all right, if you first come to America and you go to Brooklyn, that's the first place you go to. You might not be fully acclimated to deal with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You might think that's the whole concept.
This is exactly how New York City is.
Exactly. Nigeria is very, how I said Ghana is not aggressive? Right. Nigeria is very aggressive.
And very fast paced. Right. So it's two different things. I mean, Nigeria has over 200 million people, right? Like by 2050, it'll have more people in the country than the entire United States.
Gee.
Like the population is increasing. It's crazy. So, I mean, Lagos is very fast paced. There's a lot going on.
Where DeVito from?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of good things about that.
Boy. But shout out to Nigeria, like I said.
Dope.
They got a lot going on, but it's just, you just gotta, it's like double dutch, right? Like you gotta catch your rhythm.
Oh, I ain't ready for that. I know what you meant by that.
Yeah.
I ain't ready for that.
So Nigeria, again, English speaking.
Nairobi and
Nairobi.
the first one?
So we went to Accra. He said Kigali, Rwanda is dope.
Yeah.
We were just in Morocco. We spent some time in Morocco.
Seems dope.
the hash there is fantastic. I'm just being honest.
Morocco, super dope vibe. Different because
very different.
It's not like
French Montana from there, right?
Yeah.
We sat down with them like the day before we went.
So it's not. They got like sub-Saharan Africa and Saharan Desert Africa, right? So Saharan Desert Africa is more an Arab type.
It feels
of
Middle Eastern.
Feels Middle
And
Eastern.
it has the French influence there.
Right, exactly. So, Africa, like when we think of Africa as far as like black people, that's sub-Saharan Africa. So but we've been to Morocco, Egypt. Morocco got a lot going on. Morocco is a beautiful country, great weather. They got a lot of opportunities there for sure. So Morocco definitely is a place that...
And they got the World Cup coming.
Yeah, they getting busy. And Rwanda is a hidden gem. Yo, Rwanda is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to in my life. Like Speed, I show Speed, he went there, he was like...
Blown away.
That was his favorite place. Yo, it's so beautiful, bro. Like, you see the mountains, you see we went to gorilla trekking. We went with the gorillas.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Out of line.
Nah, you saw it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
He was like,
oh my God.
Silverback, like right here.
That's wild.
Nah, it was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, those are the English-speaking ones, but we've been to like...
How about
Wait,
South
the gorillas
Africa?
spoke English?
We ain't, no.
I've been to South Africa.
No.
It was dope.
I'm saying countries.
Oh,
like
okay,
Frankfurt.
alright.
We gotta go to
But I know they got a lot of
We're
turmoil
Right now, yeah.
But I went to Cape Town
They
and
said South
Johannesburg.
Africa is
That's the place.
It's the most American. Like, you feel like you're kind of in America. Like
Johannesburg felt like
Europe.
it was New York in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, that's the vibe that I got. But I mean, in a
Cape
good
Town?
way.
How was Cape
Which
Town?
way? Like, you said in the...
Like the city,
Like
in a
the
good way,
vibe.
in a good way, the vibe. Yeah,
How was Cape Town?
Different.
Cape Town was beautiful. It was like
They said
Miami
Cape Town.
but with mountains.
They say Cape Town is
Beautiful.
something different.
But every time we went out, and we were a group of dudes, they were like, "Don't stay out at night." And I'm like,
That's what
we're a bunch of dudes. Like, what's gonna happen? Everybody told us that.
Yeah, that's
Be
the rap.
mindful. No, you gotta be mindful.
Ghana's not like that. Ghana, you stay out till 6 o'clock in the morning. It's no problem.
what Ghana?
It's no problem at all.
Yeah, we was
Nairobi, right?
We was in Benin,
That's Kenya.
That's Kenya. I'm
which is French speaking, but
Okay.
Benin, I mean, you can feel like there's a change happening, right? Politics is a real thing. Leadership is a real thing. We were in Guinea.
Okay.
I mean, Guinea has potential, but you can see like there's opportunities that can happen there.
Right.
They
Cote d'Ivoire.
That's another spot that is slept on.
Senegal.
Yeah, shout out.
Akon.
That's
No,
Akon. Nah, that's
yeah.
yeah, baby.
And my man
Yeah.
Etienne. Etienne's from Senegal.
Yeah.
got
So we was in
that.
Dakar.
Yeah.
How about Liberia? You been in
I
Liberia?
haven't been
been.
there yet. I heard they got the best jollof rice, actually, because we went
I
to
was about to
Senegal.
ask y'all that rice.
The jollof rice wars is real.
Right. Yeah.
The 3 places that we went to major is for jollof rice is Nigeria, Ghana, and
Senegal. Yeah.
So they all are different. Senegal, they kind of have a cheat code because they put fish in there. They put all types of crazy shit in there. So their rice is like a jambalaya. It's like a jambalaya. But man,
Like a paella.
Yeah.
it was
Very
good.
similar.
It was good.
Yeah.
good.
I don't want to offend anyone, so they're all great. They all great.
Want to do quick time with Slime?
Oh, we got that? Or do we want Sonny to pitch his idea? Sonny, you ready?
No, pitch his idea afterwards.
You want to do it afterwards? All right.
So he got-
We'll
he
let
got
him think
drinks.
about it.
You got to explain them
All
again.
right.
We don't believe you.
Quick time with slime.
Oh, you got to drink with us anyway, so might as well sit.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Sit
gotta-
down, because there's only me and you drinking. Nobody else is drinking.
I'll take a shot. No, I'll take them shots.
Okay.
We'll do some shots. What kind of vodka you got?
Oh, this is Pitbull's vodka.
Are we in Miami? Let's do it.
Here, I got to...
Rewind the time. Rewind the
God
time.
damn it.
She could just, she'll give you some shot glasses.
Why fight time when you can rewind?
Rock fight the time when you come rewind. And then we're going to get into some hip hop shit too. After.
We interviewed the owner.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's her name?
Carolyn.
Oh,
yeah.
Here, if you want to... Are you going to give him... Yeah, give him one of those.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Rewind.
You need you need anything?
You can start with mine, I guess.
No, I'll take
You're going to take some Mama Juana?
Mama Juana and Senegal.
All right. Let's see here. All right.
This is not a-
Oh, you guys didn't play Quick Time with us last time.
We did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys know the rules.
Yeah.
No, we know.
Yeah, we got to say it
No.
anyway.
We ain't get in trouble after that.
So
one.
just to say it, we give you 2 choices. You pick one, we don't drink. If you say both or neither, we drinking.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos?
Man, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, I'm going with Jeff.
Any reason why you would say Jeff over
Elon must be.
Elon Wallet?
Yeah, he's doing too much shit. He's doing too much crazy shit. Now he's saying like, the Odyssey. You heard about that shit?
Yeah.
Wait, the movie Odyssey?
Yeah,
What about it?
What he said something about
They
it?
got Lupita Younger in the Odyssey, and he was on a whole thing of like, why is she in the Odyssey? Da, da, da.
Oh,
they don't
my
understand.
God.
The Africans civilized Europe before when they was in the Dark Ages. Like Europeans,
Hannibal, right?
that's one of them. But
Okay.
the Greeks and the Romans came to Egypt to learn. The Egyptians called them children in their mystery. Like, there was black people in Europe way before Europe.
Like I tell people about Spain, how it was colonized.
Exactly, for 600 years.
Yeah.
In the Amalfi Coast, pardon me for cutting you off. In the Amalfi Coast is a whole area of statues, and they're all black.
No, 100%.
They're all black. And I was like, holy shit, that shit made me feel bad.
Look,
nigga, this is us.
In America, people know about Mansa Musa, but they don't know about his brother.
That's the richest man on earth, right?
Ever.
Okay,
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
His brother was the king of the sea.
Wow.
His brother was one of the first explorers to actually come to America.
Wow.
There was Africans in America before Christopher Columbus.
Wow.
On their own, not on the slave trade.
Wow.
They on their own as explorers.
Wow.
So it's like, I can't rock with Elon Musk. Like, he's doing too much crazy shit.
Okay.
But history lesson for anybody that's interested.
Okay, hell yeah.
History is important.
No, that's very.
Gives a lot of context of what's going on.
I just seen Jake Paul was just in Greece, and they showed him statues of black people too. And he tried to say like this was this.
That was AI. That's how crazy AI is.
AI is fucking us up.
That's how
They got me. That was crazy.
They got you.
I'll leave that in there. That's okay. My part.
No, that's a good lesson for everybody.
Yeah.
I sat down with an author, and he said something that was like, it stuck with me forever. He was like, people think of indoctrination, and when we think of it, it's a negative connotation, right? And he was like, indoctrination can be good. We just have to change the doctrine. And in order to change the doctrine, we have to have education. And so if we tell people the right thing and the true stories, then that becomes the doctrine. So it won't be indoctrination. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why the education piece is like vital. Because if you don't tell that story, then people will forget the history, which is kind of like part of that process of trying to figure out, hey, let's erase their history. Let's not teach from history.
Wasn't it the Moors?
The Moors came through Spain. That's Hannibal Barca. But the crazy thing about white supremacy is like, it just fucks up your mind so crazy. People is just so indoctrinated. They'll tell you it was no Africans in Greece and no black people in Rome. And then they have no problem having Elizabeth Taylor playing Nefertiti. And you go to Egypt. We went to Egypt. We saw the Valley of the Kings. We go to inside the tombs, and these people is darker than me. These are the original paintings from 3,000, 5,000 years ago. You know what's so crazy is like, even that, if you put a black man as a pharaoh, people will be like, that didn't happen. The painting is on the wall. Literally, I'm looking at the painting. I don't need no interpretation. The Egyptians that's there now, those aren't the original Egyptians. Those are people that came.
Migrated.
So it's like, we can look at a picture and people will still say that's not real. It's like the white Jesus. How you have a white man that lived in the Middle East?
Right.
Do you know any blonde hair, blue eyed person?
And it describes what he looked like in the Bible.
100%.
But that's how you change doctrine, right?
But if you put that picture up there, people will be like, this is bullshit. This is not real. Why would you do this? Why would you? Bro, how is it going to be a white person and it's described a different way and geographically it don't even make sense?
Damn near Stockholm syndrome. Like whoever oppressed you or kidnapped you, you start to like them and believe them.
You see that every day.
Yeah. That's crazy.
100%.
All right. Damon John or Mark Cuban?
Man, shout out to Damon. You know, he's the bro. He actually came to Invest Fest. So, but Mark Cuban did our show twice too. So, got love for him. I got to go with Mark Cuban. I mean, just he's a legend in the game from a few different reasons.
And he wear t-shirts.
Yeah. Number one reason. Nah, I'm going with Damon just because. Outside of what he's done from the business side, what he meant, I told him when we met him and interviewed him, I remember being a kid watching Video Music Box with Ralph McDaniels. I told Ralph McDaniels this, and he went to Queens and sat down with these dudes on the step, and I was like, who are these guys? Right? And when they created Fubu, when they was doing Fubu, I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And then to watch that brand grow, to see what it meant, and to see what he's done with it, obviously being on Shark Tank, but the businesses that he's been able to create. And he's a solid dude, like a really good human being. And not to say that Mark Cuban isn't, he's done amazing things as well, but I'm gonna go with Damon just because I watched him evolve into what he was able to do.
I'll go with Damon too.
Let's go with Damon.
He's big. If it would have been opposite, we would have had to drink.
It's 3 for 1 if you black.
Right.
Because it's 3 times harder. So if you make $100 million when you black, technically you worth $500 million. That's how I look at it. Like Jay-Z. Jay-Z been at $2 billion for 15 years. Jay-Z's supposed to be worth $30 billion.
Wow.
If you really think about it.
Wow.
That's crazy. Oprah, everybody that's black is worth $2 billion. Oprah, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. You never realize, like, I remember Timberland told me that at Art Basel.
Right.
He like, yo, you ever think about this shit? Everybody, you gotta be the most incredible person in the world to be black, to be worth $1 billion. Sam Bankman-Fried, nobody even knew who he was worth $30 billion, and he was 31 years old.
No, you about to get a text. You're going to be like, wrong chart, champ. Down again.
Even 10 billion.
Yeah, nah,
10,
it's
look, this
true.
motherfucker that you never heard of in life that's worth $80 billion legit.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's got to be the most impactful, most sell out Yankee Stadium 10 times, do crazy shit, and it's like to get $8 billion.
Yeah,
and everybody is worth the same amount.
His intrinsic value is what we can't count, right? Like like how many people have he sparked the idea to create something. So yeah, on a monetary standpoint, like we can say he's worth 3.8 or whatever Forbes says, and that's whatever he reports. But his intrinsic value is so much more. The real interesting thing is that the wealthiest black man is in Africa, and nobody talks about him, right? But technically,
it's not that guy that y'all...
we didn't interview him yet, but Aliko Dangote,
we
right?
interviewed Robert Smith.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Robert Smith is the richest black man in America.
He's actually number 2 now. Yeah. David Stewart's number 1.
They go back and forth.
But the last 3 years has been David Stewart. But Aliko Dangote triples them in worth, right? And what he's about to do
in Africa.
Yeah, what he's about to do with his oil refinery in Nigeria potentially can have him at the $60 to $70 billion rate. Some people have him estimated at $100 billion, right? But like that's somebody that needs to be studied, and nobody talks about that. Like we follow entertainment so much that we forget that the business world where it's actually happening. He could care less about music, right? His thing is like natural resources. Is it rice? Is it flour? Is it cement? Is it oil? All those things are part of his ecosystem, and now his daughters are doing it too, right? So like that. What he's doing is going to change the entire trajectory of his country, not his like city, not his neighborhood, his entire country, where they go from a place that they got oil, they exported it out to get it refined, and then had to pay to get it back.
Isn't that something what Gaddafi wanted to do?
Gaddafi
wanted to do a lot of things.
Gaddafi wanted to do a lot of things. He
yeah.
wanted to have a unified African dollar backed by gold.
Yep.
He wanted to have the united African nation. Like, he wanted to do a lot of stuff. But you know the crazy thing about the richest black people in America? They could walk through any black neighborhood in America and nobody would even know who they are.
That's dope,
I saw this, huh?
That's dope, right?
No, not really.
Wow. You wanted to be famous?
Yeah, because that's who you got to look up to.
For the inspiration, for what it's...
Like,
how about their image be famous, but not them because they want to protect
we don't even know their image. If I showed you a picture of him, you wouldn't know who he is.
Right. I definitely probably would.
See what I'm saying?
Robert Smith had a press conference in Harlem because he had an initiative of like prostate cancer, because like black men get prostate cancer at a much higher rate. This was a couple years ago. So we went, it was in the middle of the projects.
Fact.
I think it was in Wagner Projects in Harlem. The middle of the projects, it had Steve Harvey there. They had Charlemagne, all that. Bro, it was nothing. Nobody.
Like maybe 100 people.
Right.
No, shout out to her. But if Cardi B was there, bro, you understand it would be 5,000 people there that would be asking for an autograph and picture and, yo, can you listen to my music? All that type of shit. That's what I'm saying. We don't even know who are the people to actually look up to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is worth $20 billion, $15 billion.
But is that how you market it? Hey, man, come to see me. And this
no,
dude is worth $20 billion.
This is the part, right? Yeah. This is going to go all the way back to, again, and this is when I'm listening to Reasonable Doubt, and I'm listening to Can't Knock the Hustle, and he says, like, all blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, that's prophetic, right? Because he's saying, like, all we look up to are people in sports and entertainment. Yep. And that's how we're going to get to wealth. And then you look at the wealthiest people, and none of them come from sports and entertainment.
Right. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Right. But if I showed you a picture, and we literally did this for 14-year-olds. If I showed them a picture of Beyonce, they know it. If I show a picture of Jay, they know it. Dre, they know him, right? Like Oprah, they know. They don't know Dingo. There's so many names that they don't know. If I showed them Robert Smith, they would have no idea. If I showed you Dave Stewart, you wouldn't know. Dave Stewart doesn't speak a lot. So how do we know? Like, we can't emulate what he's done. We can't say, like, that's aspirational. We can look at the dollar amount and say, like, I would love to get there. The how is that we don't know, right? So if they never tell their story, and if we don't know who they are, then we can't emulate, we can't aspire, we can't inspire to be that. That's why it's important.
That's real. All right. Russell Simmons or Leroy Cohen?
I got Russell Simmons.
I'm going Russ.
Russell Simmons.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Russ.
He in Bali right now. I don't know about, you know what I'm saying?
From a business standpoint.
Does he have a resort out there or something?
I'm not sure what he has.
Yeah, he threatened me.
I would
He
say
threatened you with a resort? He threatened you with a good time?
No, I think I posted. You know, I love all the boogeries, boogery hotels everywhere. So I posted like that I was gonna go to boogery and Bali. And he put me on the text for like Usher, Taraji P. Henson, like everybody like, do you hear what this motherfucker N.O.R.E. just said? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, bro. So I text him personally, like, what the fuck? You ain't got this. I don't need convincing, like from these people. And so I've never been to Bali.
Never been.
I've been to Bali.
You been to Bali?
Mm-hmm.
They say you can't smoke weed.
You know, I don't smoke, so I didn't really.
Not
I
for
didn't.
me,
I didn't.
you know what I mean?
I wasn't.
So you didn't pay attention.
They didn't
to
seem that because Thailand.
Right.
Anything goes in Thailand.
I don't remember Thailand. I remember.
They got some rules in Thailand. Maybe everything goes in what he wants.
Thailand. What's their rules?
They got like vandalism rules out there. Wasn't it in Thailand where that American kid got
That's about it.
right? Didn't they do something where they like
he got lashed.
He lashed,
he got-
Oh, okay.
That was like the 90s, I feel like. Yeah, I remember.
I mean, that's been imprinted in my head.
He got the lashing. That's a fact. That's crazy. That's a like prerequisite. You got to know if you can smoke in the area.
See, like,
What happened? What?
No. I definitely plan where I'm moving accordingly to that. You know what
So
I
you
mean?
can at least know.
Yeah, I know. So like again, Dubai, the Maldives, like in that area, I know already. I'm not bringing nothing. I'm not doing. I'll tell you a funny story. A motherfucker in LA with Alchemist, he takes me to B Real's farm.
Ooh.
I fucking stuffed. This is like when we wear baggy jeans back then. I stuffed the bud in my little pocket.
In the change pocket.
Yeah, in the change pocket. Boom. Pretty much get out and roll it. Forget. Go to LA. Come back to New York. Come back to Jersey. Fly from Jersey to Dubai.
Ooh.
They're telling me I smell like it. I'm so confident. I'm so confident. I'm like, yeah, because I was smoking before I got here.
At the airport.
Yeah, everywhere I'm going. Like, you smell like butt. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm confident, man. I just, I burnt before I got here. I'm sorry, I was smoking some strong shit. This is my first time in Dubai. I get to the room. Guy gives me like a junior suite. So I'm like, he can tell I don't like it. But I'm like, he like, yo, how you like it? I'm like, yeah, man. But he can tell like I'm trying to be respectful. He's like, man, I'm just fucking with you, man. And I'm like, all right, cool. He brings me to like damn near like a palace, right? I'm like, oh shit, yes. He give me the exotic fruits. He wants
Exotic fruits.
He wants, the dragon fruit, shit. So he goes away. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get. This is when Cristal was popping or something. So he goes get Cristal. I look in my pocket. I got that blunt left.
Oh shit.
I just burned it. I don't know no better. I just burned this shit. They must have smelled that shit. They came in. It was like, yeah! And I put that shit out like a mother flipper. No, I smoked it all. I'm not gonna lie. But I had never tried that shit again. Like you know what I mean? They said Rihanna is cleared and Snoop is cleared
To smoke?
Yep. In that area.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They don't want to fuck it up.
We went to see Snoop one time. The people gave us ashtrays
Fuck
at the hotel. The people gave us shower caps. They was like, "You're going to see Snoop, right?" We were like, "Yeah."
When we did the pod?
When we did the pod,
that was hilarious.
The hotel gave us shower.
They told us how to cover the
Snoop is
smoke
cleared
detectors.
everywhere. Like
To do
anywhere
drink
Snoop
champs.
goes, like they know that he's smoking.
Yeah.
I seen him in New York one time. He smoked out 7 floors. 7 floors, the alarm was just going off.
That's crazy.
No one said
We
nothing.
used to argue about that. Is he the most famous rapper?
Yes, he is the most famous rapper.
He is?
Yes,
Especially
he is
adding all the Olympic stuff that happened.
Yeah.
He's Kanye West
Yeah.
out there too.
Right.
Kanye.
But let me just tell you something. Ye would try to sneak out by himself. So you ain't gonna really see Snoop sneak out by himself unless he's in California or some shit like that. I've seen Ye come out solo, like awesome.
Ye
What
by
the
himself
fuck
is
are you doing, Ye?
Ye by himself is crazy.
He went to McDonald's out here when he did
No, did anybody see him?
He went with Mr. Lee. Yeah, everybody saw him. He went and ordered.
He made Mr. Lee his
He
model.
went inside and ordered.
Mr. Lee.
They model?
Nah.
Yeah,
One of our guys was with him.
you heard? He made Mr. Lee his model. Look.
Tell him about McDonald's.
Oh yeah, he came like around. He got to Rocket like 6:30 or 7 in the morning. And he was like, I was like, no, we're not ready yet. If you want, you can chill it. Go to McDonald's right now. He went by himself.
Nah, kid you not, yo.
Uber and came back.
That's crazy.
Yo,
He called me one day. He was like,
Hash
"So
browns, man.
what do you do? What do you do on a Tuesday?" And I was like I felt like he was Michael Jackson at this point. Like this is the first interview.
Yeah.
This is after the first interview.
Yeah, the first one was different. And the second
So
one
he
was
goes,
like
the second one is a little different. But this is the first interview. And he goes, "Yeah, what do you do?" So I said, "I just go to my wife's juice bar and I hang out there." And he never really technically said, "I'm on my way." He just hung up, and I was like, "This motherfucker's coming in." Like, he didn't ask me the address. Leo Combs did that to me.
Yeah.
And I pulled up, and sure enough, this motherfucker was pulling up. And it was like 90 degrees. He had the biggest leather shirt on.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't sweat. He wouldn't sweat. Like, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Let's get back to Quick Time Slides.
That's some French shit.
This guy said he didn't sweat. Jadakiss or Pusha T?
Kiss.
Jadakiss.
Kiss.
Shout out to Push.
Yeah, we 914 guys. So
That's our
like,
guy. Pusha T, my guy. But
shout out to Push.
Kiss is
But
too.
yeah, that's a
He too legend.
local legend for us.
All right, this one is business-wise, not artistically.
Okay.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Shit.
Take a shot.
I'm gonna take a shot.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
take a shot.
'Cause
Take a shot of water.
Shout out to Esco.
shout that.
That casino is serious.
Shout out to Esco.
That's a power move. And the restaurant.
Oh, you gonna drink?
Yeah, I've been to all
Shout out to Wyclef Sisters.
Coco Deck is my favorite. You been to Coco Deck?
Oh, yeah.
The Korean barbecue spot.
hell
You know,
yeah.
they cook with a certain oil that's supposed to make the chicken not fried.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
I
it's
was
like a vegan, like
but it's
a
like
vegan oil.
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit.
It's
Yo,
like,
I don't eat. I had the fish, but they put the caviar on it too.
oh, he did. The fish nuggets with the
Yeah, fish
caviar.
nuggets,
Yeah, that's my style.
Yeah, and the salad is
Yeah, that's my
immaculate.
style. Yeah. Didn't hit the salad from there, but yeah. Like,
We
that's
was
my
there the
cheat
same
day.
day.
Oh yeah, I was there earlier.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it was. I was crazy because it was my daughter's birthday, and I was
Okay.
going there for dinner with her and
Wow.
her friends. And you was there with Nas.
Okay, yeah.
So
he pulled up on me.
Yeah. I hit the TM like they was like, yeah, N.O.R.E was here earlier.
Yep,
I'm like,
yep.
oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's what run champs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna do that again. Okay.
All right, NWA or Public Enemy?
Ooh.
PE.
Public Enemy.
Yeah, I grew up on that. That was 911's a joke. That's Fight the Power. Forever Black Planet. That was in my house. Like we used to draw those symbols. That like the
Oh,
PE
wow.
symbol. Like we used to sketch that.
But how dope was it when Ice Cube
That was fire.
with the Bomb Squad and made the album?
They
America's
asked us
Most Wanted?
about the top 5 most influential rappers in terms of business, and I had Cube in there as number 5. I think people sleep on
Yeah,
him.
he definitely, yeah. All right, Pharrell or Kanye?
As far as the producer,
Whichever criteria you want.
Whatever criteria.
Kanye.
Yeah.
He's too versatile. He did everything.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Steve Stout or Jimmy Iovine?
I mean, I know Steve Stout. I don't know Jimmy Iovine, so we gotta go with Steve Stout.
By default. We never met Jimmy Iovine.
Oh, it's crazy.
We never met Jimmy Iovine. But shout out to Stout.
He probably been right in the room, like so quiet.
Yeah. We hear stories about him.
Yeah.
We just never personally met him.
He a gangster.
All right, Master P or Jay Prince?
Love Jay Prince. We had
Got a crazy Jay Prince story. Master
I think,
P is more impactful to us because No Limit, man, that No Limit imprint. We just interviewed Master P.
Yep.
That No Limit was so strong, bro. I knew Cain and Abel, Mia X.
All the albums.
I knew
They were dropping 90 albums a month.
You was
Skullduggery.
When when Silk was on the cover of Source, it was you, Corrupt, and DMX.
Yeah.
And Cannabis.
Cameron, Cannabis, Big Pun.
Big Pun, yeah. That's before it was like a freshman thing. Like, y'all was a cover.
And then Silk Shaka beat me in every category in the Source.
He did. I don't know why.
I'll still be fucking with him like, yo, man, yo, bro.
He's still
you beat
mad at
me,
me.
man. That's my man. Like, Silk Shaka is my
When
man.
that album dropped, I had N.O.R.E on my door.
That's right, goddamn. Let's make some noise.
This is no virtue.
We sound mad old right now.
Nah.
I get it. Hey, man. We all.
Yo, bro.
That's why you rewind time. You know what I'm saying? That's why you rewind your time.
It was so crazy. After we did Drink Chance the first time, I had him sign the orange and blue Bo Jacksons, and my brother sent me the picture. He's like, yo, that's a real full circle moment. Literally, my pops be like, yo, why you keep talking about this guy N.O.R.E? My pop's Jamaican.
Right.
He was like, because he was doing deals with, I think Rockaway was just trying to find a credit line, so he was working with them. He was like, yo, Jay-Z's gonna be the guy. I'm like, I'm listening to N.O.R.E. right now, dog. Like, I'm not trying to hear that right now. Like the War Report had just dropped. N.O.R.E.'s coming. You had just did the freestyle. We were talking about the freestyle the other night, the Hot 97 freestyle.
I told Ray Daniels, but he never heard of the freestyle before.
I'm like, nah, that's the guy, bro.
And all his Clue freestyles were classic too.
And then when the album banned from TV first, I'm like, oh, it's over. And then what was like, now you could tell me at that time.
The Cannabis, DMX, N.O.R.E. freestyle.
We had an argument about this.
Yo, we had a whole conversation about it. I said,
they jumped me.
You wasn't prepared? You didn't know?
No, they didn't. I didn't know them. They knew each other.
Oh,
so
you know DMX?
It was just naturally that we became friends after that. You know, if you listening to Flex, at some point he keeps saying, "Yo, Pun, stop calling." Pun was downstairs.
I heard Cameron too. I heard.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% positive, but about Cam.
Okay.
But 1,000,000%, they were coming to
to come up.
Yeah, like because this is all the freshman class. Like, y'all got me goosebumps and shit. Yeah, Jesus.
Classic
I
shit.
said to me, I was like, we had this argument because he was. Cannabis is nice. We're not going to deny that.
He was, at that time,
Cannabis
illest.
Yes.
The illest.
Yeah.
If we honest.
100%.
On some rapping shit.
He was all the Clue tapes. He was the master of all the Clue tapes.
Let me tell you something. Cannabis was the only dude that I seen have a laptop and rhyme through the laptop. This is back then. Let's go ahead. My bad.
Nah. So X was up there, and then when you was spitting, I'm like, yo. This shit, I'm like, yo, nah, he killed it. He was the best one up there. And then we heard the album, like, yo, that was N.O.R.E. was just like giving us what he had. I think he was in that N.O.R.E. mode already making the album. Yeah. I'm like, oh, so like when the album dropped, I'm like, oh, I know some of these verses. It made it even more enjoyable. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this. But X spit some stuff too.
We listened to that. We listened to that tape so much, bro. Like that was when the radio. You actually had to catch it because if you didn't catch it when it actually happened, you might not actually hear it. Right. And then you had to get a tape. So when that freestyle, I remember I was actually. It's like when "Hate Me Now" came out.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Tape that.
Flex.
Oh yeah, the ball.
Played that shit so
2 hours.
Yes,
we couldn't get a record.
2 hours. That's why that "Hate Me Now," man. Yeah. "Hate Me Now." That's the most bombs I ever heard in my life. But I remember when you freestyle with Fabulous.
You know, that's the reason why him and Yayo's argument is so legendary because he says that, Cube
it's better than Big.
I just said Cube was my favorite. Let's get this fucking story right. I said Cube was my favorite. He didn't like that. He was at the top of my list, and then he said that.
Can we say something about that?
Hold on, let me just say something. This is what Yayo said. So this is what Yayo said. He was like, and I had to feel him so much because he was like, was you in the city when Big dropped? And it was it changed the trajectory of our whole city. So I when Yayo was saying it, I'm like, damn, I was there. I remember that shit.
But people don't remember moments let's have this hip hop conversation.
Okay.
Myth Bleak, we can't discredit history. Right. Myth Bleak has a lot of great verses.
Absolutely.
Yes, he does.
That shit when he said, my favorite Myth Bleak verse, screw good, and I pitched in the PJs, lit off the EJ, split Dutchie with my ring finger. You find a bitch that owe me cream finger. Black Bing for Bing. I got jaw between us. Shit is constant. That's why I packed the Johnson & Johnson for the nonsense who wants it. I go to sleep with a picture of my Porsche on my wall. We used to listen to that. We used to listen to that. That was the intro to the Hard Knock Life album. Hard Knock Life is what changed Jay-Z's life. Sold 5 million records. Bleak is the first thing you hear on that album. Celebration, 1,000 bars. I don't know where this narrative came that Bleak is a one-hit wonder or he never.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Bleak has a catalog of music that we was actually listening to.
Right.
We can't rewrite history.
It's all right.
Because a lot of people don't know history.
Well, that's what's happening now.
Yeah,
people
you can rewrite it
easily. That's the unfortunate part of podcasting.
Yeah.
People come in, they're looking like an authority, and then they're rewriting history. Yeah. And then their audience is like, okay.
When he said cop the Jordans 2 weeks before they came out, that was so real because that was a thing.
Yeah, you had to
in high school.
Somebody.
It was always the one kid that had the Jordans a week before everybody else had it. And it was like, how did you get it a week in advance? That was a thing. Yeah. So it's like when he was saying I copped the Jordans 2 weeks before they came out, that shit was so relatable because that's what we was trying to do. We was trying to get the phone. I remember when the phone posits came, those were the first sneakers that cost $200. $200 was...
The pennies?
Yes.
Okay.
That was an amazing thing that sneakers cost $200. Now fucking Air Force Ones cost $110. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Like $40 when they first came out, right?
Exactly.
That's a moment.
But that's us. We fuck up the market.
So, and I don't know. I never met him before ever in life. But I just saw that that's kind of a trending topic right now online. And I'm like, no. Because a lot of people don't know.
You met who, Bleak?
Yeah, that
okay,
Bleak.
good.
And it's not just Bleak. It's happening with a lot.
It's happening to a lot of people.
Artists, right?
Bleak is a legitimate rapper.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not just like a hype man.
Yeah.
He actually had a career.
1-800 Hustler.
Yeah, no. He's a legitimate rapper that actually has some legendary verses.
So we make some noise from Bleak?
Yeah, make some more.
But you did say that you had a story with Jay Prince. I'm not going to keep going until you said the story.
Legendary. So
Tell us.
Houston, the first time we went to Houston, this was
Like
6 years ago.
2021.
Yeah, we had an event. We had a networking event in Houston. We was going to different cities having networking events throughout America. And we always respect Jay Prince from his business acumen. At that time, he never really spoke. Now he's speaking a lot now.
Right.
But at that time, he had never really spoke. So
He just put out the book.
there was a lot of mystique around Jay Prince because he's like the silent person that you never hear, you just hear stories about.
Right.
So we like, yo, when we go to cities, we try to interview people. So we're like, yo, we want to interview Jay Prince. So I'm like, who do we know? So we was connecting with every single person that we knew. My guy Chris Gotti, shout out to him. Spoke because him and they like when Murder Inc. Like they were super close. So we called Chris Gotti. Chris Gotti called him, couldn't get in touch with him. He's like, he's out of town for the weekend. We went to the radio station. We talked to the people at the radio station. They was like telling us Jay Prince stories. Everybody has a Jay Prince story in Houston. Everybody has a Jay Prince story. So we do an event. His son came to our event. The other one, Annie, is that his name?
Yeah. Not the people.
Not Junior, not Jazz.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of sons that I found out about. So another one came to our event. Cool dude. Shout out to him.
And he invited us. We didn't know. He was like, yo, nah, it's all good. We trying to link with your pops to an interview. He's like, no problem. We knew we had a mutual friend. There was a young lady who was with us. And he was like, yeah. Then he said, yeah, come to the ranch tomorrow.
No, that was later.
Oh, okay.
So we on a quest to find Jay Prince. We're running through Houston trying to find Jay. It's like, where's Waldo?
Right. I'm about to say, it sounds like a documentary.
This is real.
And every time we ask a person about Jay Prince, everybody has a different Jay Prince story. That's crazier than the first Jay Prince story that we heard.
All right.
And they're all crazy. So we're in the club, as fate would have it. Shout out to Slim Thug. Slim Thug is in there.
It was James Harden weekend.
Slim Thug.
James Harden weekend. So we're in the
party.
club, and lo and behold, we look up on stage, and Jay Prince is on stage, and he has an afro with an earpiece. It's real old school shit. Like he has an earpiece in the club, and with a wine glass on stage. Like who drinks wine in the club with an earpiece on?
Imagine a bunch of niggas partying around you, chicks partying around you, and you're there with an earpiece in. With a wine glass.
And it's like swirling the wine glass.
Like the police earpiece?
No, like the old school.
The old school.
Like the old
Bluetooth shit.
Like the Bluetooth shit.
I'm thinking
one wire hanging, one wire in.
Yeah,
Right. The head joint that comes up?
Not the little joint. Like right now, you plug in the Apple one, it's the white wire that comes.
Gotcha.
Like
But
the old
he's
school
there and
nigga be
he's
having on the shy.
Yeah.
He's there like this with it, watching the crowd.
So he got the wine glass going. So mind you, we had, for 3 days straight, we like trying to find everybody. Chris told us, yo, he's out of town for the weekend. His son told us, yo, he's out of town for the weekend. Everybody's telling us he's out of town for the weekend. So apparently he just flew back in and he went to that party. So we like, oh shit.
I'm sorry.
There he goes right there.
Right there.
So we outside.
No, before we go outside, dude we with is like, yo, I know him. I'm like, oh, you know him? I'm like, yo, let's go, like, introduce us. Halfway, I'm walking over there. I see him standing there. I'm getting closer. I look back. The dude who said he know him, no, I can't find him. I'm like, yo,
They ain't trying to just
they ain't trying to introduce it.
I can't
So I'm like,
approach
all right, fuck it. Can't approach him.
You can't just approach the y'all.
Exactly.
We're going to get to that point.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, yo.
That's one thing we learned. You can't approach the y'all.
Party's over, we'll go outside.
So the let, you know, Texas is not like New York.
This sounds fire.
There's the real let out, right?
Texas is not like anywhere, really.
There's 2 o'clock in the morning, that shit is over.
Right.
So then everybody's outside. So one of the girls that we went, that's our friend, she knows Jay Prince Jr. So she's talking Jay Prince Jr. So, okay, I'm right here. There's a car.
It's a Phantom.
It's like a Phantom. And then on the other side of the Phantom is Jay Prince Sr. And Jay Prince Jr. is like close to us. So I say, yo, tell Jay Prince Jr. we want to meet his dad, like do the introduction.
There's like 6 of us at this time.
So she's like, yo, now's not a good time. I'm like, it's the only time. He's right there.
Word for
Right.
If it don't happen, we're leaving in the morning. If it don't happen now, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
So she goes up to she said some words to him.
To Junior?
Junior.
Okay.
So Junior was like, all right, well, tell him to, holler at him. So it's kind of an awkward situation because there's a car there, but read in the room. We didn't really want to walk too close because it looked like it was. You don't walk. Too close.
Approach him.
Right. So he's like, Pops, they want to talk to you.
Nah, it was 6 of us. As we moved like 10 feet, there's like 3 of us.
Well, your
people fell back.
Your people was like, they were reading the room differently.
I'm looking at it like, I can't leave him.
All right.
He was being aggressive.
Super aggressive. So I'm going and I'm talking. So he like, what you want to do?
Swirling the glass. So I'm watching this shit.
So I'm like, yo, I'm trying to have like a networking conversation at 2:00 in the morning in a packed parking lot, 6 feet away from a car. So I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, we from New York, we do a podcast. And yo, this was the craziest shit in the world. So it's a let out. And everybody's talking to girls, everybody's doing I don't know what I said, but apparently I said something that was a trigger word because there's about 50 different people that stopped what they were doing and started looking at me. Like one guy here. It was like he had the Secret Service and they all scattered around. It wasn't like they was together, but I could feel that it's like a movie. Like, they stopped playing music. Everybody's pointed at me.
He did this shit.
So I look.
He took the earpiece off.
He said, "What you say?"
I'm like, I look back, and I had 6 people with me. When I look back, I didn't see anybody.
That's not true. That is not the truth. That's why it's important because we got to change the doctrine. The truth is, shout out to Ben. Ben was there, and I was there.
So two stayed?
There was 2.
Maybe I looked in the wrong corner because the corner I looked in,
he said something and he didn't respond. He turned the glass and he said something again, and everybody started looking. Now I'm like, oh shit, this could get dangerous. And then he said, Chris Gotti.
No. So that was it. So I'm gonna get to that point. So now
Chris Gotti was there?
No.
Okay.
Chris Gotti is our middleman through the situation.
Okay.
So it's looking shaky. And I'm like, this is financial literacy. Like, I'm not die about a fucking financial literacy conversation. I'm like, this isn't looking good, right? It's not looking good because he's swirling a glass of. I don't know how he got his glass outside. He still has the same glass. He's swirling a glass of wine, and there's people that's like looking like just waiting for a cue. You know what I'm saying?
Like get him.
So, okay. So now I'm like, I got to de-escalate this situation quickly. So then that's why I'm like, Chris Gotti. I know it. Just throw the first name.
Right.
And he's like, oh, yeah, Chris Gotti. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's my man. So I'm like, yo, we do a podcast. But I'm still having the conversation. I'm like, yo, we do a podcast. We want to get you on the show. He's like, okay, we're going to get that shit done. We're going to get that shit done.
Yo,
like,
you know what happens next?
I'm like, okay.
He turned around. This is how he turned around and looks at me and says, let's get the fuck out of here.
He said, let's
get the fuck out of here.
To you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
No.
Prince, okay.
He's like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here now.
I'm like, yo,
all right,
it's time to go.
This after he agreed, though.
Yeah, after he agreed.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, nothing good.
Literally right after that.
This doesn't look like a situation we need to stay at.
Right.
All right, it's time to go.
Somebody got stomped out right after. It was bad.
So the crazy thing is, the whole day happens, and the next day we leave. We got like a 1 o'clock. We got like a 1 in the afternoon flight, and then I noticed that.
Well, yeah, got the interview though.
No, so we didn't get the interview. I'm like, all right, cool.
All right.
But at 5 o'clock in the morning, I had a missed call from Chris Gotti. So I hit him back at like 12. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? So you can come
on the way to the airport.
He like, yo. He was ready to do the interview. He called me at 5. He said, send him the address. I said, at 5 o'clock in the morning? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, look, I'm ready to do it. Have them come to the compound. Because everybody kept talking about the compound. Apparently, he has a compound in Houston.
In the middle of the city.
Everybody knows about. That's it's like a fortress in the middle of Houston.
I could imagine it. I don't know, but I could imagine
and
he would have it.
Synonymous. So he's like, send him the address to the compound at 5 o'clock in the morning. Long story short, we never got the Jay Prince interview.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then his son told us to come to the ranch.
No, that's what I'm saying. The day before, she was like, come to the ranch. We thinking like, well, I'll tell you, we're not thinking, that's what they call his crib, the ranch.
Well, he has a a compound in the city, and then you have
got
a ranch in the suburbs.
Like
So he was like, yeah, they ride horses out there. But then I'm thinking like,
And he got an island. Let's not forget that part.
I'm thinking like, when I'm thinking the ranch, I'm like, yo, what the fuck they doing in the ranch? I'm like, I'm not thinking like that's where we going. Then I'm like, I don't know why Silence of the Lambs came to mind. You know, part 2 when he had the ranch. I'm like, nah, I ain't going to the ranch. But we was on our way to the plane when we realized that, damn, he really just wanted like 4 a.m. He was trying to shoot that interview, and then we find out later. Like, that's just part of, like, the process with him. It's like,
I'll tell you this, me personally, I never saw somebody with that much power in real time. Because he didn't say anything. I said something that apparently soldiers was on point.
Right.
They stopped. They were talking to a girl. They stopped. Everybody stopped. Right. And he didn't have to call. He didn't have to say nothing. He didn't have to whistle. He's looking at me, swirling the wine glass. And there's people in every direction. He didn't have to say anything. It was at least 50 people.
Right.
I personally had never, before or after, seen anything like that ever in my life. So, and I was telling, and this is what Chris Gotti told me. Chris Gotti was like, yo, I've been around Preem. I've been around, he said, nobody is as strong as Jay Prince on that type shit. He's like, nobody's as strong as him. Like, that, I don't know what it is, but that shit is not a myth.
Right, no,
it's not a myth. Like, I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Prince.
Yeah.
So you chose Master P, though, right?
Well, Master P.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Nah, yeah, shout out to P.
All right. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Bron. Greatest ever.
And now we got to drink because they switched it up.
Nah, it's not even.
Jordan,
Yeah,
you said not close?
No. For me, it's not close, right? Like from Jordan, from what he meant to the game.
23 years in the game.
LeBron is, I think it's 1A, 1B. I'm not saying like LeBron isn't the next best player. I just think what he's meant to the game of basketball, I don't think can be ever replicated by anyone.
Who, Jordan?
Yeah, just from like a sheer determination, you watch Kobe become who he is because he was emulating somebody of that greatness. I think it's just Jordan. But Bron, what he's done is phenomenal. On the court, we'll never see it again. I think he's had the best career that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think Jordan's the best basketball player
He
we've
going
seen.
to the John.
Yeah, he going up there. He going up
to
there.
the John.
Going
right
to
now.
the East Coast.
That's what the Philly niggas say, right? The John.
Nixon 5 still?
Nixon 5 still. That's what I text Wallow and Gilly the Kid. I swear to God. How'd you know that?
Nixon 5.
I said Nixon 5. Them niggas was like, get the fuck out of here.
Nixon 5.
Wallow had to call me and curse me out. It's like, y'all got one ship. I'm like, damn. Wallow like.
Whenever he says that, like repost him in that Jalen Brunson jersey.
Oh, yes. No, but Wallow was out here loose. He was out here loose. My buddy did the same thing. He came we was in ZZ's. He had, what you had on?
I had on San Antonio.
He had on San Antonio under his Knicks shirt. So just in case. Yeah. Foul y'all.
Insurance policy.
That's crazy.
That's the insurance
And he bet
policy.
on both.
Yeah.
Can't lose. Poly market.
All
right. Coogee Rap or Slick Rick?
Ooh, that's actually a good question.
I'm gonna choose Slick Rick. G-Rap is one of the illest rappers of all time. The Adventures of Slick Rick. You remember when you had to order CDs out the magazine? Yeah. And you could buy like 10 for 99 cents?
What was it, Columbia?
Yeah. My brother did that.
We got fucked up with those joints.
We got The Adventures of Slick Rick. And that was it, man. I think that was a 5-mic album in the source too. Like when they went back and revised it. So
Adventures of Slick Rick?
The Adventures of Slick Rick.
It damn sure is in my life.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Fast Life, one of my favorite songs of all time.
Does he have a classic album?
Fast Life with Nas and White Boy Johnny. He's from that's guy on the hook.
That record is incredible too.
But Slick, you know they do these AI videos of like old hip hop stories.
Yeah, they be fucking me up.
Yeah, that should be good.
I seen that videos on.
I be thinking I'm in this shit. Like I'm like,
he said Body of the
Body of the Truth.
I got an animated one, but they got one where they like making me and Nas. Like I had to look. I was like, wait a minute.
I did it after Drink Chase. Like, y'all remember that?
Yeah, yo, I know. I'm talking about like I really because they got my haircut from that era. You know, I changed my shit up. You know what I'm saying? So I was like one of them, and I was just like, holy shit. Nah. Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
38 Special or Styles P?
Let's have this. Can we have this conversation?
SP.
Let's have this conversation. No.
Like, what are we talking about?
I think, okay, you guys hold an important role in hip hop. I told Mickey Fax this as well. They should have a hip hop council.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of hip hop. You guys are figures inside of hip hop, right? We got to have bylaws that we live by.
Right.
Everybody, okay, somebody in the G League can't just play one-on-one with LeBron and be taken serious by the fans. It's disrespectful to the work that LeBron James put in. I like 38 Special. I like his music, but nobody knows his music. So for him to even and people are actually saying, well, no, it's hip hop. They should get in the ring.
Oh yeah, you got to battle that. You got to respond to that.
How does Jadakiss battle somebody that okay, if I put a gun to most people's heads and ask them, name your favorite 38 Special song, they're going to die. But Jadakiss, no disrespect, just seriously speaking. But Jadakiss has 30 years of classic verses. He did shit with Big, Jay, Nas. His freestyles is on iTunes.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the verses, like he's battle tested. He done went through the shit with State Property, Beanie Siegel, with Jay-Z,
50.
like 50 Cent. Bro, it's a certain, you can't fight.
Versus, forget it.
Yeah, you can't. He's certified. Where did we even get
a statue?
How did we get to this point? How did we get to this point in hip hop to say 38 Special could even Styles?
Yeah.
How can we even? How is it comparable? What album has he has? What classic verse has he had? That feature that he's referring to, I never even heard the song. We never heard the song. I never heard the song.
I don't know
it was never a conversation. Like we heard conversations of like, who has a better verse on Who Runs This Town? Jay-Z or Kanye? Who got a better verse on Brooklyn's Finest? Jay-Z or Big? Those was topics of discussion. It was never a topic of discussion who had a better verse, Benny the Butcher, Jadakiss, or him. I never heard anybody in life talk about this. It does hip-hop a disservice.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't want to discredit the brother because I'm sure he worked hard, he's independent, and I do think he can rap. But if there's no bylaws, it lowers the value of hip-hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't come in and fucking just challenge LeBron James and it get taken seriously on SportsCenter.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's this, you can't just come and just say, okay, I want to fight Terrence Crawford and you a Golden Glove fighter. And then ESPN is seriously having conversations about it and fans is seriously taking the shit serious. It discredits, like there's certain things that you have to do to fit to certain criteria to be able to battle or have conversations with certain people. That's not a conversation that should ever happen in life.
Yeah, I don't know a record. So for us, like, that's born in New York City, raised in Westchester. For us, anything 914, we're going to support 914, right? That's our area code. So, like, growing up, and it's the locks, there's nothing you're going to tell us about the locks. It's like, you're not going to tell us anything about X. Like, we riding with that. If it's Mary, we riding with that. When it was Heavy D, we riding with that. So, like, especially when it comes to Kiss, Chic, and Styles, like, those are the guys. And they're still the guys. Like, what they've done throughout their career since 95, 96 to now, what they've shown, right? Still being relevant, even, from the podcast space, making music.
They got the documentary.
Yeah. We actually debuting their documentary at InvestFest this year because the loyalty that they've shown each other, but the dedication that they've shown to the rap game, that contribution, like when we talk about like everything you just said, if I'm thinking about what has been your contribution, I can't name too many people that have the resume that they have, especially like people who are trying to make themselves a name and trying to have a career. I don't know what those other people's contribution has been. I know what that contribution has been, right? Like we seen Big on You'll See going back and forth with them, even to the point where he's dissing them and they realizing like, yo, this dude's actually talking about us.
Niggas talking and put anger in it, Cristal Parks, some sipping and gator boots and lizard shit. Jadakiss.
They had to convince me that Big was talking about them.
And we still never know.
We still never know. I didn't think Big was.
I think it's the thought doctor.
But they all individually.
Where did they get that confirmation from?
I don't know. They felt it. I guess they just felt it. Yeah. But I will say this, Jadakiss, hometown hero for sure. But even if he wasn't a hometown hero for us, I just think it's disrespectful, and especially the way that he went about it, because he didn't give you a verse. You calling him out of his name and you disrespecting, you doing all this shit, you making the videos and doing all this shit. It's like it's like Dylan Brooks. That Dylan Brooks shit is whack to me, bro. Like you disrespecting one of the greatest players of all time for clout. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Dylan Brooks, bro. Like. I don't like
do that court side.
Yeah. I don't like.
But Dylan,
I don't like.
You gotta give him a little bit because at least Dylan Brooks is in the league.
Yeah, but I don't like the way.
You know what I mean?
I don't like when people disrespect legends.
I don't appreciate that
for no reason. And it's like,
but you can't. Here's why. I'm a competitor. You're the greatest. I'm gonna talk as much as I can to get inside your head. But I'm in the league. When guys that are not in the league doing it, then that's different.
No, but he's 38 Specials in the league. He's a rapper, but he's not in the same class as Jadakiss.
He could be in the G.
The G League, Summer League, or Summer League.
He might be in Summer League. But all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this. There's no way we should have a comparison of 38 Special and Styles or Jadakiss. That's disrespectful to the cloth, the sacrifice of 30 years of pioneers, if you really think about it.
And Joe, but even Joe, like disrespecting Joe. I'm like, yo, bro, what? It don't even make sense. It really don't even make sense. I'm like, yo, you talking about another guy, 30 years plus. Like, you got a flow, Joe. Like, that's 94, 95.
Right. They just
still
celebrated that
doing it. And still probably even more relevant than he was then.
And I don't like...
That's something you can emulate.
And I don't like how people just are so quick to be like, no, well, Jadakiss, he got a battle. It's rap. And he don't have to. Yeah, he don't got a battle. He don't got to. He's earned the right.
Yeah, he got to the level with it.
It's like Nas. People say crazy shit about Nas all the time. Don't respond. Niggas ain't not on Nas's level. Like, I hate that part about our culture. We don't have no respect for founding fathers. We don't have no respect for founding fathers and this ageism shit. I don't like that either. Yo, they 50 years old. Well, you're 40. Like, we all are adults. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and the goal is to age.
Exactly.
That is the goal.
They're actually doing something that you can replicate. Right, because the further they go, the further you'll be able to go. Right. Like, we shouldn't be knocking. It's like I was watching Mav Carter, and he was talking about he just had to go see the Rolling Stones perform, and he's like, why? He was like, yo, think about this. They're 81 years old, 100%. And they're still on stage doing what they love. Right. So the further they go, the next band can still tour at 50, at 60, at 70, potentially at 80. If you start discrediting the guys that are actually creating new lanes and new revenues for you at 50, what happens to you at 45?
Right.
Like,
it doesn't make sense.
We grew up in the 80s, right? KRS didn't get to have the career that like a Jay-Z has had, right? Mm-hmm. Because he had to put down the forefathering steps to get to that point. We can't knock him. He didn't get to tour the world. I mean, he's doing it now, but not at the same level.
If he's still on a ship.
Yeah, he doesn't like to fly.
He doesn't
Part
like
of the reason why. Part of the reason.
So now it's like, all right, if Jay can perform at 55, then A Boogie could potentially perform at 45 or 50.
It should be endless.
And like
it should be endless.
However
long you want to do it.
If somebody calls you out, if Jadakiss is like, yo, fuck 38 Spectre, all right, it's a sport. Now you got to defend your manhood. But from my knowledge, it wasn't about no shit. He didn't give you a verse. Okay, you taking it this far?
All right, Dre or RZA? Dr. Dre or RZA?
Dr. Dre or the RZA?
I think we're going to disagree here.
So we should get a shot ready?
Yeah.
Make it make sense, though.
All right. So I'm a huge RZA fan. I'm a huge RZA fan. Like I said, just Wu-Tang was everything. Down to, like, obviously getting every album that they made. Probably I remember when they had the W on the cover of the Source. And like it was the red, and that was it. It was the first time there wasn't a person on the cover. It was just a symbol. How they were moving at that time, I don't think there'll ever be another movement like that. The fact that he was able to make all that music and have all that music and lost some of that music and still have that impact was incredible. Obviously, Dre is a legend. Most people put him as the best producer. At that time, I was probably a bigger RZA fan. Up until, I think, when Life After Death, when I started looking at the credits, I'm like, yo, damn, RZA produced on that?
Right.
And then I looked at...
Kill your ass goodbye.
And then I looked at Twisted Dark Fantasy. I'm like, damn, RZA produced on that? I'm like, yo, this... So I've taken the underdog. Obviously, we know Dre's career and the catalog he's had, but I'm going to take RZA.
Yeah, I mean, as far as a global person, Dr. Dre. As far as what I was listening to, impactful for me, it was RZA Purple Tape specifically. That Purple Tape changed everything for us. And when we was listening to it, it was a few albums, the infamous Purple Tape. It was written. That's like the Holy Trinity for me. So that Purple Tape.
So you picking RZA?
Oh, so we are going to agree.
For me.
Yeah.
Personally.
But if I'm saying
non-objectively, the world, of course, is Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so confused now.
I'm taking RZA. Yeah.
RZA.
I'm taking RZA. Yeah, I mean, Purple Tape is incredible.
But Dre's the GOAT.
But even, I mean, you think about 36 Chambers, that's a classic, right? Purple Tape classic. I love Liquid Swords. Like I thought that's one. Yeah, I thought that was one.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I thought
Labels, that joint Labels,
it's ridiculous. And that song was like 2 years prior to
Teacher too.
Iron Man. I mean,
Supreme
so you think about a guy that is like he's making these songs. Like I remember when he did the verses, it was him versus it was a classic verses too. Was it Premier? I think it was him versus Premier. It was his verse.
Oh, RZA. I think you're talking about Genius.
They were doing it in the crib back then.
It was like before it became something else. And I was like, yo, damn, RZA got a bunch. Premier is another one that's just out of control, in terms of catalog. But I'm like, yo, that catalog that RZA had, it slept on. So
RZA built the track.
Yeah, called Razor Bumps. Even Tikal was dope. I think people sleep on Tikal.
No, I think Tikal's an incredible
Tikal was dope, man. Yeah.
All right. Scarface or Ice Cube?
Damn.
I go Scarface.
I'm probably leaning towards Scarface.
Guess who's back?
Because I think The Fix is, when I'm thinking catalogs, The Fix is one of my favorite albums of all
That's his
time.
first Def Jam album, right?
Yeah.
The Fix.
A classic.
That's my favorite.
I bought the CD and it came with the...
It came with the bag.
It came a little bag.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
And I bought the vinyl, and the vinyl came with the little dope bag inside of it. The Fix, it was a mature album from artists that we watched grow. From Ghetto Boys and My Mom's Playing Tricks on Me to The Fix, when you're hearing a man who's having reflection.
My block was...
Who's talking about that part of his life, but also is talking about him finding God.
Yeah.
The joint with Faith on there is crazy.
No, it's a great album.
Talk about The Fix?
Yeah.
That remind me like a Donald Goins book.
Oh, man,
like I
so
visualized everything that he said. Like, you know, when you read a Donald Goins book, like, you can see where he's saying that.
My block.
Yeah. Guess who's Bazak is on there? Is Kelly Price on there? Kelly Price on there, right? I think she's on there.
I think so.
That's one of them. And Cube, from a music standpoint, I loved him in NWA, loved him America's Most Wanted. West Side Connection, I kind of was like, all right.
Right, it was to me. It was right up to Lethal Injection was
they were coming at us. Yeah.
It was the Predator, Lethal Injection. Those were all to me up to that point.
And then it changed when we did West Side Connection, which I was like, all right, cool. I'm rocking with the guys that had LA.
LA, big city of dreams.
Jose Luis got you.
All right. Biggie or Big L?
B.I.G.
You gotta go with Biggie, but Big L he's one of the dopest.
He was.
What he would have done. I had an argument with Mickey Fax, who said that Big L essentially was overrated.
I don't agree with that at all.
He said that he didn't live up to his potential.
He only had like 4 songs.
He literally didn't live up.
So his argument.
He only had 4 songs.
His argument was like, when Nas was signed to Columbia, L was there, right? Before.
Yeah,
true.
He was.
So you think about the time span.
Signed by the same person, Faith Newman.
So you think like 93 to 90, he passes in 99, right? He's murdered in 99. So that's a 6-year span. In that same 6-year span, Nas puts out It Was Written and Illmatic. Big puts out Ready to Die and Life After Death. Jay even puts out Reasonable Doubt. So his thing was like, in that time span where these guys are creating.
What year?
93 to 99.
I understand.
He didn't live up to his potential.
I understand what.
And then put out
we could agree to that, but it doesn't mean it
98.
changes what he could have been.
Like N.O.R.E. is 98, right?
N.O.R.E. is 98, C, and it's 97.
Right, so I'm saying, like in those 2 years, you could still, there's cemented classics in that catalog. When they're saying like from 93, 97, outside of maybe his thing was like 5 songs, does he have that classic body of work?
But I don't even think it's about the songs. I think we focus on what Big L was as a lyricist, as
for
what
sure.
he was.
That's on question.
And what he did on the underground, like
And then they saying the rumor was he was going to sign. I think we even asked Dame to Rockefeller what that could have been.
That would have been ugly.
Crazy.
Yeah,
man.
that was his state. That was his argument.
Right.
In all fairness. But B.I.G. is B.I.G.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
MJ or Prince?
I gotta go with Michael Jackson. Shout out to Prince though. We stay in his villa in Turks.
Oh yeah.
If you know, you know. You know, you know.
You know, I'm Rick right now. I ain't happen like y'all though. I ain't gonna lie. Let me tell y'all something. I went to these niggas' cribs. These niggas, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm a married man, guys. This shit was flooded. Allegedly. Yeah. I went there, mad family orientated. My mom's was there.
Both said MJ?
Let's go. Go ahead.
I'm going MJ.
Michael Jackson's movie is a great movie.
Yeah, great.
I'm waiting for part two.
The second part.
I said it was a good movie. I didn't think it was a
which
great
one?
movie. I took
Documentary
The new one.
No, the new movie.
Michael.
Okay, I saw that,
The one
right?
that was in movie theater. I saw that.
No, it's not.
The one with
I
Nia
didn't see it.
Long. Nia Long.
Okay, I saw that one. Okay.
You thought it was great?
But I
And
didn't go to
homie
the
that's
movie
playing
to
Joe,
see
he's
it.
in everything now, dude.
That's on
Shout out to
Prime.
him. What's the
Something
name of that
like
actor?
that?
Yeah.
That actor's killing it, man. He was in Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
He was in Walking Dead, or the
I forgot his
LA
name. That's
version of
crazy.
it.
Yeah,
he's killing it.
He
That
was
dude is
actually Oscar
killing it.
nominated
But
for
I like
a
that.
movie.
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with Mike.
Como Domingo. Yeah.
Shout out to him, bro.
Mike
He's
got the
killing
best
the game.
story ever with me.
Yeah, Mike.
When he called, when Pharrell gave him beats. And he
Y'all
said,
never heard
man,
this story?
I heard it.
You never heard it?
Yeah, I heard it.
What's the story?
The story is like, he was like, man.
He said, man.
I don't know. No, remember, it was the manager at first. And then it was like, basically like, yo, if N.O.R.E ain't rhyming on the beat, don't send me the beat.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Did you rhyme on it?
No. Like
said-
if I wouldn't rhyme, if N.O.R.E wouldn't rhyme on the beat, like he wants shit. He wants beats.
So
Yeah,
they were like,
N.O.R.E. style beat.
don't want this. Don't give me N.O.R.E.'s leftovers.
Yeah. Like you give me the shit that N.O.R.E. rhyme on.
Don't ever-
I was
don't
like,
ever play
I was
yourself.
like, yo, for real, because like I'm in the middle. I think I was in a strip club or somewhere, and he was like, get out. And I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, yo, man, Michael Jackson just told me. Like, I was like, that was one of the best calls of my life. That and Biggie. Like when you seen Biggie movie, you remember the Biggie movie, and he was in LA, and he makes those like phone calls. Like I cried because I was one of those phone calls.
Oh, wow.
He called me and he spit a verse with N.O.R.E. And I was like, how did you, instead of me being like happy, I was like, how did you get the record? Because I forgot Bad Boy produced the record. Nasheed Myrick.
He heard it before it came out?
Yeah, the verse, y'all.
It was gonna be remix?
Yeah, like
You never heard
this
the
was
story?
gonna be, this is gonna be the remix, and I was just like, holy shit! And he was like, don't tell nobody. So I'm walking around with like, possibly
a big verse,
the biggest dude, and I gotta shut up. And then like 2 days later,
he gets murdered.
He got killed. How you remember the verse?
Hell no! Like he kicked it over the phone. See, remember this? Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was crazy. The verse was crazy.
It was big, man. I've never heard a big verse, especially
That would have been crazy.
That's prom.
And to tell you the truth, and this is real talk, I've never really like said this part. I could tell like he was competing with Nas. He wanted to compete with Nas. He was like,
y'all
yo,
was doing songs together.
yeah. So he was like, yo, he wanted to like.
I got some
T.O.Y. happened to be it because I believe it was out like on like a lower level, like with Stretch Armstrong and shit like that.
Yeah.
But he had the instrumental. Like we didn't drop no fucking instrumental. Like he had. Oh,
And then he wanted to sign Pone, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that's the thing. He was already onto that, man.
Oh wait. He played you the verse that he already laid down.
No, he did not lay it down.
He just rapped it off.
He was like, yo, and then he just was, and I was just like,
That's crazy.
he was like, yo, don't tell nobody. And I'm sitting there like,
Because he didn't write down lyrics. So
I'm sure.
That alone is
I'm sure I
History
told
of-
everybody that was with me, even though he said that. I was like, nigga, that was big. Nigga, like, so hung up. Like, yo, word.
I remember that dropping. That was a shake. Shake.
But imagine Big on T.O.Y. remix.
I'm trying to imagine because I don't even picture his voice.
Gotta
his
remember,
cadence.
that's the same person who made Who Shot Ya. Nasheed Myrick. T.O.Y. the same person as Carlos Broadway and Nasheed Myrick. That's the same people who made Who Shot Ya.
You know what I gotta do? I'm gonna go to AI and be like, yo, put
put Big Verse
what
on
Big
there.
say.
Oh, damn.
You want AI to interpret it? Imagine it?
Yeah, imagine it.
Yeah, you
To
gonna
put it on
me up.
that.
Yeah, go to the next one.
Which AI are you going to use?
I don't know. I gotta see.
What, ChatGPT?
Chat, Claude?
They'll write the rhyme. You
Rock
got
will say some wild shit.
Rock might say some wild shit.
All right. LA or Miami?
Ooh.
Tough choice. Right now in 2026, Miami. Shout out to LA, but LA kind of changed a little bit after COVID.
A lot.
And-
It changed a
and
lot.
It seems like, although it's expensive to live in Miami, it seems like it's way
LA
more
is
expensive.
Crazy.
We're up there. We just
Crazy.
Miami
Number
just
two.
Yeah, number
Was
two.
number one?
What's the number one? No,
Yeah, I think New York City.
no, we're
number two.
over New York, but we're not
Before you
number
answer
one
that
in the
question-
country.
No, San Francisco's number one.
Yeah.
Before you
Miami
answer
number
that
two.
question, right? Remember what question it is, right?
Yeah, I got
LA
you.
or Miami.
No, they said it
But
already.
I sent that to y'all the other day.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I sent that to y'all because
It explained the whole thing.
yeah.
You did.
So can y'all explain the whole thing?
What did he explain?
No.
I need to know this. I need to know what he explained.
Well, you said it's a clip of a guy. Because, you know, the headline was New York takes Miami. Miami takes New York as
Right.
more expensive.
Saw that, right.
So they were saying it's not a fair comparison because New York, they're using a wider spectrum, and Miami they're using a smaller spectrum.
Right.
So it's like technically the greater Miami. If you do the greater Miami area versus New York's greater New York
Like all the
area,
boroughs?
all the boroughs, surrounding areas, Long Island, Westchester,
Is
New
that what
Jersey.
they're comparing?
No, I think they was only comparing it
Manhattan
to
versus Miami, I think.
something like that, where it was a smaller case size.
Right.
So it was like it's kind of a misleading study because it's not showing entirety. It's showing like New York City. That's what it was. It was showing New York City, just New York City. But you know, okay, Manhattan is super expensive, but you still got the Bronx that brings the price down. Some parts of Queens, even like, so it's like, but if you had all the surrounding areas, but they didn't just do the city of Miami. They did the surrounding areas. They had like Fort Lauderdale, they had Boca.
So it was like South Florida.
Yeah.
So was it or it wasn't?
It was the greater Miami region versus just New York City.
Yeah, so if,
But isn't that comparable? The boroughs versus the greater Miami area?
So like
the-
if you
the
took
southern-
Westchester County, if you took
Long Island.
Nassau County, then you added those things in, then it's going to be different,
So that's what they were
right?
saying.
Because the home prices, if you take a place like Scarsdale, which is one of the wealthiest cities in terms of home value, and definitely in New York, but maybe in the country, that's going to change the way we look at New York City, right? Because those homes, $20-30 million homes, you add that into the mix, now it changed the conversation.
So yeah, but I mean, of course, but long story short, Miami is still an expensive place, but it's not as expensive as New York when you look at it in totality.
Yeah.
But Miami's cost of living has gone up crazy. Just looking at apartments, I remember Angela Yee told us she got an apartment and it already doubled.
Where?
It's not built yet. It's like one of these new construction
Here
buildings.
in Miami?
Yeah, it's not even built yet, and it's doubled.
I'm trying to get down.
So it's like
Yeah, new constructs?
this.
So are they comparing square footage, like the price of square footage?
Yeah. So but Miami, you know, they get you with the HOA fees out here a lot too.
Crazy.
Yeah.
HOA
I'm
fees.
taking Miami too. I'm taking Miami over LA.
Miami's a vibe.
Yeah.
I always love Miami.
My wife said this is her happy place. She like looking at the manatees.
Brickell.
Well, you got to live by the river to see the manatees.
Yeah, nah, we right in Brickell. You see them joints in the morning.
Yeah, in the river though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got to be by the river. Not all of us live by the river. Excuse me.
That's what I learned.
You take the river.
That's what I learned that dolphins
We got
is
no
more
manatees in our
gangster than
canals.
sharks.
Man, we don't got no rivers.
I seen dolphins run the whole sharks out the way.
Word?
Dolphins is
And it's
gangster.
better weather than
Yeah.
LA. It gets cold in LA.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it rains in LA.
I would
so-
argue about the better weather. Because
rains a lot here.
It rains. The summer here is horrendous.
Yeah, it's right now.
And it's
horrible.
more steady in LA.
This morning it was horrible.
It's 5 minutes.
It's humid too, right?
Yeah, it's like 15.
Because I'm from both areas. I'm from LA originally, moved to Miami, and I have family out there. So I know the weather of both areas. And I would
actually
say
I like
it's
the
more
LA weather.
steady in LA, the weather.
I like the LA weather.
know, man.
I like
That
having
was-
a
Summer
warm
here
day
is
and a cool night.
destructive.
Yeah, I hate humidity. and
Hurricane
being hot all day.
season.
Hurricanes.
I tell you the
But
truth.
you got
But I'll take
earthquakes.
hurricane over earthquakes all day long.
We was in an
When it
earthquake.
comes to business, I like LA a lot more.
For sure.
Yeah,
Miami,
business, yeah.
everybody's a scammer.
And nobody works. Everybody's on a boat.
That's why Young Miami made that record. Well,
No, you
my
see
scamming
Brickell? Everybody's
niggas that right
everybody's
here,
on live in Brickell.
right here. They right here.
It's a regional record that turned
You
global,
be the
man.
nigga Thursday. This nigga worked for UP Idiot.
Yeah, Miami's
By
wild.
Saturday, that nigga got a Ferrari. What the fuck happened on Friday, nigga? I
Friday was the
kid
day.
you not, bro. I
Today-
kid you not.
today was a
Kid
good
you
day.
not.
Well,
Miami is a
This is
special
a very
place.
transient city, but it's also a very global city, which I think is the positive side. To it,
Yeah.
you know. But it's a wild city.
No, I know.
nah, this shit is real.
Miami is always a vibe.
Word.
Real estate or the stock market?
Stock market.
Stock market.
Stock market.
Now, I have a question for the stock market.
Yeah.
For novice investors, right? Like, people would think, okay, I'll invest, right? But how do you equate that into your everyday, like, pocket for yourself? Like, you'd be like, okay, I invest in it, but I never want to take the money out because I want it to keep growing. And if it dips, you definitely don't want to take it out. So how do you equate that into everyday, normal spending value?
Well, you can sell stock if you want to.
Right, but you don't want to.
You don't want to.
don't want
So here's what the really rich people do and smart people do. They take loans from their portfolio. So, okay, you have $10 million in the stock market, right? But like you said, why would you sell that? Because even if
Wait, you said $10 million in the stock market.
Yeah.
Let's bring it down to the people that don't have $10 million in the stock market. Let's bring it down to the guy who has $5,000 in the stock market.
well, I got to give you that comparison because
No, but that's too crazy. Nobody's gonna vibe with that.
But I got to give you inspiration. I got to give you inspiration.
That's okay. 1 million is the inspiration. 10 million is come on, bro. The average person doesn't have 10 million.
But the average person didn't have a yacht on the Hamafi Coast when we was listening to Jay. The average person ain't have a $10 million chain when we was listening to Baby. The average person ain't have a Phantom when we was seeing Nas in Queensbridge with the Rolls Royce. So
all right, but let's take baby steps, please. Because even what you're saying right now, even though you're inspiring, they're still like, I don't think I can get there yet.
Okay.
All right.
I'll give you one side.
I'm gonna give you one side. He'll give you the other side.
Go ahead.
Let's bring it. Let's take it. Let's do $1 million.
Okay.
You have $1 million in the stock market, right? Now, even at a 10% a year, right, which isn't crazy, you're making $100,000 a year.
Right.
Doing nothing, just having your money. So like you said, why would you want to take your money out when it's making 100,000 and it's going to keep compounding? So that 100,000 is going to turn to 110,000 to 120,000 to 200,000 over the course. Like it's just leave the money in it. But you need money. So you're kind of like in a catch-22. Now what wealthy people do is that they'll take a loan on their portfolio. So now you could take a line of credit. They'll give you a line of credit,
which is better than a regular loan.
Yeah, it's actually not a loan. It's a line of credit.
Right.
So you take a line of credit on your portfolio. You get approved within a week, as opposed to like refinancing the house, which takes everything. You do an application online. They'll give you like, let's say 60% of your portfolio available at an interest rate that's like 3%. So now they'll give you $600,000. So now you have $600,000 at your disposal that you can take a line of credit on. So if you need $50,000, you take $50,000. You pay it back on a monthly basis. You don't sell no stocks. So your stocks are still growing.
Right.
So now you accessing, but the best part about it is tax-free. So now you're not paying no tax. If you sell stocks, you pay taxes on the capital gains tax.
Because the credit of the loan is a liability.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's not a taxable event.
So that's what people say. So then rich people be like, all right, so now that thing is like, damn, you got to pay it back. Well, maybe not. Because if you don't pay it back, then when you pass away, it gets inherited to your descendant, to your inheritance. So now your beneficiaries get the money, but the portfolio has grown. So even if they gotta take a portion out, your money has made money. Or what you do is you get a life insurance policy to cover it. So now if you have a $500,000 loan, you got $1 million life insurance policy. The life insurance is tax free also. So now you're using that money to wipe it off, and it's like it never happened. You never touched the money. The money kept growing. You was able to access money from that, and the best part about it was tax free.
Yeah. And I think we should tell people like the line of credit. The thing that I found positive about line of credits is as you pay it off, you're opening up more.
Exactly. Now you get more credit.
Still, you can use that
100%.
So
and as your portfolio goes, you get more credit as well.
Right.
Yeah. So in your portfolio peaks, that's the number that you're getting the loan at. But again, a portfolio is going to rise, right? If we're investing in the right companies that are going to grow, then you think 5, 10, 20 years, what does that look like, right? So, I mean, and it's non-taxable, which is the most important part. For the person who's trying to start, right, I think the foundation is important. So, like, owning shares is important, right? If you don't own shares, you can't do that, right? So if you get 5, 10 shares. The other part is, like, after we've gotten some shares and we've created our foundation, we trade derivatives, right? And so derivatives, options markets, futures markets, commodities, which we don't really do too much of, which is inside the futures market. So if I'm in a company like NVIDIA, right, and I'm going to have 10 shares, 20 shares, 100 shares, then I'm going to go to the derivative side and try to figure out if I can make option calls, right? Puts and calls, right? Options meaning that I'm making a predictive price point. That's an expiration date of what it's going to get to, and this is the price, which is the strike price of where it's going to be in a certain time. And so why is that important in terms of your idea? Because that expires, right? So there's going to be a certain time that's going to expire. Either I've made money on it, I can sell it, or it's going to expire worthless. Now, hopefully you've done it. You obviously educated yourself in that space, but that type of income is going to be maybe yearly, or it's going to be maybe every 2 years. Why is that important? Because that, again, there's short-term capital gains, there's long-term capital gains. You're going to have to pay capital gains on it, right? If you do it for a year and a day, that's going to be long-term. Anything under that is going to be short-term. That's the difference between maybe 36% and 20%. Right. So the person who's saying, can I build capital now? I don't have $1 million. I don't have $10,000. Let's start with shares. It's a company you believe in, then let's maybe look into derivatives. If I'm invested in NVIDIA and it's at $195, and I believe in this company, and I know that they're going to have 3 earnings reports, and I know that they have new technology, and they have different types of initiatives, and I can see their global expansion. So I think that company gets to $205 by July of next year or August of next year. Yeah, so I'll take out a contract on that. And as that company gets to that strike price, we're going to make money on that. If it goes past it, we make even more, right? But that's going to expire in a certain time. Now, you can continuously do that. You can take the profit from that and say, hey, I'm just going to reinvest it. I might say, all right, I got to 205. Well, let me give myself another 2 years. Can it get to 210? Right. And we just rinse and repeat. Now you've generated income from a derivative and you kept your shares, right? You still believed in it. Or you might take some of that income and say, I'm going to buy more shares so I have the foundation. Because I never have to sell the shares. Like you just said, I never have to sell them. They're going to continue to appreciate it, but I'm going to do that in strong companies. And that can create income for us in the intermediate.
You mentioned NVIDIA. I want to shout out you guys and Ian that couldn't make it.
Yeah, shout out to Ian.
Because of you guys, Ian specifically, he mentioned NVIDIA a lot years ago. Yeah. And I went ahead and took that advice and invested in NVIDIA, and it's been very profitable. Yeah. So shout out.
When we came here today, we were like, look, we heard what EFN said. We're here to collect our reparations. But that's dope. Like, that's information, right? Like, most people have never even heard of the company. It was a $5 trillion company up until recently. But people don't know about it because it's not in your house.
Well, if you're watching what's going on with AI,
when you hear it,
you guys explained it, and I did the research after. I didn't just blindly.
Exactly.
I looked. I was like, oh yeah, this is the future. This is what's running this whole thing, the chips and everything. Then I said, okay. And then I actually invested in it and forgot about it.
Mm-hmm. Came back to it.
And went back. I said, oh, shit. And invested some more.
Exactly. So I'm waiting for that moment for people. Because once they see that their money's made money, let me do that again. The problem is people say, all right, I watched that dude make $3,000 yesterday. I'm a day trader. I'm going to buy it today, and hopefully we'll make money by next week. And I'm like, nah. You got to invest it. Sit. You got to believe in it, and you just got to let it.
Right.
Like, we're going to let that bubble. We're going to let it bubble. And then when you come back, you're like, oh, shit. Once you've had that moment that you've seen your money make money, you can be like, wow, what else would I do but have my money make money? Right. It becomes contagious. Like, and that's what we got to get to people, too. So the first part is, I had this conversation the other day. I'm like, have you ever heard of NVIDIA? And they were like, no, I've never heard of it. I'm like, okay. All right, so you've heard of Apple. Yeah, you have a phone. All right, well, let's start there. Let's look at what this company. Now, this is a $5 trillion company. Right. And so most people, it's easy for me to break down Apple because, number one, they're using the phone. Number two, they got the MacBook. They got the iPod. They got the... You've already been a customer of this company.
Right, they can understand it better.
They've never been an owner of it. And so that mindset shift changes everything.
Right. All right, let's see. We're almost done with this, guys. Loyalty or respect?
Oh, that's the big one that you guys ask everybody. Loyalty or respect?
I'm gonna take loyalty. I'll take loyalty. Yeah, I think respect. I mean, I think that wavers, right? Like, we're seeing it now, right? Mm-hmm. With the battles you talked about. I'm sure at some point these guys were highly respected. You looked at them as highly respected, and as you grow, that kind of fades. Like, oh, I can do what they do. Right. No matter of fact, let me challenge them. And then all respect goes out the window. I think loyalty is something that if you have loyalty and you're around people who are loyal, that stays.
I'll take respect because you're speaking of people that lost respect for a person. As long as you keep, I need loyalty from a few people in my life. I don't need loyalty from more than 5 people probably, maybe even less than that. Mm-hmm. I don't need loyalty from every single person that I know. I do need respect from every single person that I know.
I got to counter to that.
So if you respect me, we can have a great relationship. You don't got to be loyal to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not expecting you to be loyal. Like, if I don't like somebody, loyalty would be like, you don't like them either.
Right.
But no, I don't.
Like falling in love.
I wouldn't feel no way if I saw you with some person that I didn't like because, you know what I'm saying? That's not our relationship. But we respect each other. So if somebody's speaking bad about me, you would be like, yo, nah, let's not do it in front of me, or you let me know, or you just kind of correct it. That's respect. So I'm big on respect. I think that respect for me is higher on the totem pole for most people than loyalty.
Yeah. I'll say even in terms of business, why like loyalty plays a bigger part. Like, look at your phone, right? Okay. Look, his phone, my phone, probably yours. That's not a respect factor. You're loyal to them.
Oh, you do respect Apple too, though.
No, but you respect Samsung. You appreciate what they do, but your loyalty is to that brand. Or else you would have chose Samsung 5 years ago. You would have chose it last year. You would have chose it 10 years ago. But you're loyal to Apple.
Would you call that loyalty though, or just you're familiar with this brand?
And that's what they bank on. It's not even familiarity because there's been at one point you would Nextel was your phone, right? Yeah. Or T-Mobile, like when they had the Sky Pages, that was your thing, right?
Yeah.
But they're banking on that loyalty every year because T-Mobile, that's the carrier. But here's the thing: that phone has been the same for the past 7 years, and you never left.
Right, but I don't know if I would equate that with loyalty, to be honest.
It's brand loyalty. See what I'm saying?
I think familiarity is like, you're just familiar with a device. You know how to use it. You don't want to switch it. You might even know the other one better.
Why?
You're just familiar with it.
But that's what they're banking.
They drilled it into your head.
But I don't know if that's loyalty. I wouldn't consider that loyalty.
I'm saying,
I can see why you call it loyalty, though. Brand loyalty, I guess. You're right.
It's real brand loyalty. It's to the point where at one point we were like, look, if I get a green text, they're not with us. I said that before.
No, you know why you're right? I'm gonna tell you why you're right. Because my son came into my office and he's like, and I never talked to him about devices or nothing. He doesn't have a device himself. We Apple. I'm like, what?
They got you.
He's like, Apple. He points this, he points that. He's the computer, your phone.
It's everywhere in your house.
And I'm like, you could have chosen. He's 6 years old. What are you talking about? We Apple.
You could have chosen another computer. You could have chosen another headphone company. You could have chosen another a device.
No, it's like we're gang, Apple gang, right?
It's called a tablet, but you got an iPad. Yeah. You could have chosen another tablet, but you didn't.
No, I get it.
You see what I'm saying?
As a counter argument.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you talk about these countries that you went to, Saudi Arabia, you can't smoke, and in Singapore you can't smoke, and you know da. Loyalty is I'm holding the flag, I pledge allegiance, I have a deep reverence for this country.
Right.
Respect is I respect the laws of the land. You don't got to be loyal to a country to respect the laws of the land.
Right.
When you go places, how do you establish law and order? Through respect.
Right.
So the countries, they don't need you to be loyal to the country, but not being respectful is not optional.
Right.
Loyalty is a choice. Loyalty is a choice.
Right.
Respect is not negotiable.
Right. Because loyalty doesn't have to even be evident. But outwardly.
I rest my case.
How many countries are like that?
Every country.
No.
America.
Loyalty, respect. You think people come here?
That's why people are getting locked up and doing all types of shit. That's the thing.
People are getting harassed for not standing up during
You just said, like, if I could go on any media right now and talk about the president of the United States.
But that's part of the American bylaws.
That's what I'm saying. That it's not respect anymore.
No.
Hold on, let me finish. It's not respect anymore. And I can say that about the vice president. I can say that about the secretary of war. I don't have to respect them because that's my freedom of speech. There are some companies that's not, you don't have to, right? But go back to the World Cup. What'd you see? Loyalty to their country. It's different. We can't fathom it because we look at shit differently. We have the freedom to say, like, I ain't fucking with that. And I don't have to fuck with that.
Y'all fucking up right now and blurring up the line.
Also, respect. That's not a disrespect because America was founded on free speech. So what I'm saying is the respect is the bylaws of the country. What are the Republicans saying? If you want to come here, you got to do it this way. Right. You got to respect the country. You got to speak English. This is all thing. This freedom of speech thing is not disrespectful in America because it's part of the American fabric. But there are some things that are disrespectful in America, right? That you can do, that you can't do in America, that you can do other places. But I wouldn't necessarily say talking bad about a politician is disrespectful because it's in the bylaws of the country that you can talk bad about the country. It's like when you come to my house, take your shoes off. If you purposely know that I have a rule to take your shoes off and you wear your boots in my house, that's disrespectful. But when you go to somebody else's house, they don't have that rule. So me wearing shoes in their house is not disrespectful because to them, that's not their rule. But they might have a set standard to take your hat off. Now, if I wear my hat, that's disrespectful. So when you go to somebody's house, we all have rules.
Right.
And the respect in one person's house is different from the respect in a different person's house. But the common denominator is every house has some level of normalized respect that people follow.
Yeah, I think England would be the idea of what loyalty looks like when
England?
That's a fucked up loyalty.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying
colonization.
Brexit?
No. In terms of, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but like if you go, especially like growing up in like 60s, 70s, like people honor the Queen of England.
This is Jamaican background coming out right
This
now.
is true, but go to Canada.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Same thing, right?
Yeah,
They're
man.
loyal to that country.
right.
It ain't even about respect. Yo, we're loyal to the kingdom.
What do they call that with the queen in every country? What do they call that? The way that they're a part of the kingdom? What do they call it again? The
Commonwealth?
Yeah,
Commonwealth,
they're part of
yeah.
the
Commonwealth.
And they are.
The Commonwealth.
And they're going to be loyal to that.
Yeah. That's crazy to me.
It's crazy.
In this day and age that the Commonwealth still holds that way.
It's a mental.
One of my mom's greatest moments is when the Queen of England flew into Jamaica and she was waiting as a child at the airport to watch the plane land. She'll tell you that. And I'm like, yo,
Just
why?
for the plane to land?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the Commonwealth, so she's the queen, right? So like, they're like, oh my gosh, they had all the kids at
Wait,
the
so
airport.
the Queen of England is... I know they had dominance, but I didn't realize that...
That was a colony of theirs.
colony.
Jamaica.
Wow, I
Yeah,
didn't realize...
Canada, Australia.
Even
pretty
now,
much
some
everywhere in the
places, even when you go to Canada, they got the...
And Canada got the French side and the English side, which is crazy too.
Yeah.
Like-
And they don't like each other.
They still...
French Canadian, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So
a lot of these countries,
province.
if you look at their money, they still have the Queen of England's face on their money.
Well, it's the king now. They changed it.
There's different dollars,
Yeah.
but they have the royal family, the England royal family's face on their money.
So King Charles is on the currency now.
Wow.
And then he'll be King William will be on the face of the money.
But the homie that was messing with the black girl, they got him out of there, right?
Yeah.
Not even that.
Oh, he's not even. I don't think he's a royal anymore.
He's not even a Kardashian no more.
Used to be a general, just lost the stripes.
Prince Harry.
Yeah.
We going bathroom break?
Yeah.
You said the dude that he married him, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Trust me. We know.
Sonny got a pitch. So
Okay,
listen.
cool.
Let's get it.
No, hold up. Relax. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Hold on, before we get to that, our show is about giving people their flowers so they can
Absolutely.
smell them. They throw us where they can tell them. Drink so they can drink them.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Y'all didn't get flowers the first time.
We did.
Oh, then you get them again.
Yeah, not that one.
We'll get that to him.
Give it to Ian. No, give it to them.
Yeah.
Give it to them. Yeah, for Ian, man.
We got
Sure.
Yeah.
Get his flowers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. See that? Yeah. I got this in the crib right now. This is fire.
Thank you. Two-time. This is a two-time.
Until Ian, he owes us now. He gotta make it to the next one.
Dad, remember that shit you was saying about N.O.R.E?
Got the suitcase from the Yala.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you run out. I'm like, damn.
Everybody else take a picture.
All right, so listen. So last time Sonny gave a pitch, it was Damon, right?
Yeah.
He did this. We called it drunk tank,
It's gonna be different this time.
and it didn't go well. Right? And I hope he came more serious with his pitch. We want to see that his business idea makes sense to y'all.
All right.
So go ahead, Sonny.
Let's get it.
But talk to the microphone, buddy.
Yeah.
He already went in with the shirt, man.
Everything is business. Everything's business. When somebody gets a job, you actually, you kind of like your own business, whatever. Because whether you make $50,000 a year working for somebody, or your business makes $50,000.
Yeah.
It's the same shit, right?
Yeah.
My difference is in taxes. I'm doing this for a lot of people, by the way. Just saying.
You're doing what for a lot of people?
Where I'm going with this pitch.
You're representing a lot of people.
But I don't have a business.
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
It's bigger than
trying
Nino
to
Brown.
inspire
On the behalf
some
of
people, right? Because only 15% of the population in America have a business.
Look at you.
So what about that? Yeah, because it's true.
He's like 6% of
And I
black
know
men
they
make
know.
100,000.
Yeah, and I know. See, he knows.
Only-
he knows,
only
right?
6%.
25% of man and blah, blah, blah. You know, we know,
it's
I know
real.
my numbers.
That part.
What I'm saying, if 85% of people are working, why don't people who work, and I know a lot of it has to do with discipline. Why?
This bitch, right?
No, I have a question for you. Hold on, before you keep going.
Spill it.
Hold on. I have a
Get him out of here.
I have a question.
You guys will know I'm on point.
Hold on.
I don't listen to my friends.
Hold on.
That's why I want to.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Are you going to pitch a business or are you going to ask a question?
I am not going to pitch a business.
I knew he was fucking
That was the point, bro.
I like where you start. That's
I like the question, but that's not what we asked for.
The start is great. That idea, that
You
mindset.
see where I'm going with the
And-
85%.
No, look, here's how you start, right?
But these are my friends. They're gonna beat
gonna
me
punch
up.
you up, yeah.
You had a job to do. You said, fuck that job.
Right.
Pitch.
He's not pitching.
Oh, shit.
He's right
the
in the
same
it's,
thing.
it's mentality and it's mindset. I was
same
teaching for 14
thing.
years. I was working
You guys gotta figure it out.
8 o'clock till like 3:30 most days, right? So the idea of like being an employer is important, right? But the idea of looking at it like the school district at that time was my investor, right?
Investor in you.
They invested in me,
'cause they paid
and they got return on their investment. They paid me for that service,
Right.
but they got return on their investment. I always say, like, how I was respected inside of that school community, how I was received by the children, right? The rapport that I built with my colleagues inside that space, there's a return on the investment, right? I'm pouring back into that community. What I do with that investor's money, well, that would be up to me. Right, like obviously, if I make more, if I do more, I get paid more. In that system, most people think I'm just getting paid for my job, and I'm going to pay my bills with that, and I'm going to live my life. And I'm looking at it from a standpoint: okay, they're going to invest money in me. What am I going to do with this money? Obviously, I have to live somewhere. Or obviously, I have to invest. Maybe I can start a business. I got good friends who are doing things in that space. They're entrepreneurs. Is that something I can pursue? But most people don't think like that. So I like where you started with the mindset piece because that's the most important part. I knew he was on point from the shirt, man. I knew that.
Oh, okay.
That's right. But why is it that the average millionaire in America's, or the average age is in the 60s? Everyone wants it in their 20s, and people don't think they could work and be able to invest their way 25 years, 30 years down the line and have the 7-figure portfolio via investing every time they get paid, and which is not much. I mean, it's very minimal to invest if you're in your 20s. And then in your 30s, it goes up a little bit. In your 40s, that's kind of like the time between, 25 years, 40. 50 years old, it gets real deep because now you have to invest a lot monthly. But why don't people do the long game? Because people really don't think they can get rich from working in a job. And I don't know why people think that when all you have to do is have the discipline and take advantage of a 401 and do the employer match. Give even more if you have to. Keep your bills low. Forget Louis Vuitton. Buy Nike. Play your position. And the younger you start, the less you have to invest a month. I don't know why people don't think like that when 85% of the country works for someone else.
It's a good point, man. You said everything right there.
Yeah.
But I
he
think
answered his own question, right?
No.
Yeah, he's showing off.
I know what I'm talking
He's
about.
never been this smart before.
Because I know the guys know. We always talk business with the guys, and a lot of people talk to them about business. People who started businesses, they want to know this, but we forget about the 85%.
That's a fact.
When I want the 85% to be inspired to know, listen, bro, you can start working.
Yeah.
You don't even have to make that much money. The average millionaire in America never made $100,000. Hold on. I'm just telling y'all stuff. The average millionaire, the majority of millionaires in America never made $100,000 in their life. And then
No, you brought up a lot of good points. You did a lot of great research. I think it's delayed gratification. Everybody wants to get rich quick or get rich in a moment. They don't want to wait 30 years, but they're going to wait 30 years to be broke anyway. So if you're going to wait 30 years and still be broke, you might as well wait 30 years and be rich. Yeah. If you really think about it, right? Because the only thing worse than waiting 30 years to get rich is spending 30 years and still being broke. So the only thing worse than, because that's what you hear that all the time. Like, so you telling me I gotta wait 30 years to get it, like millions of dollars? You bugging? You out your fucking mind. The only thing worse than waiting 30 years to get rich is spending 30 years being broke.
Right.
Like when Big said being broke at 30 give a nigga the chills. Okay, how you think it feels being broke at 70? Working at Walmart because you have to.
I think really most of it has been lack of education.
Yeah.
I think, like, for example, and there's also, I come from the era of predatory lending.
Yeah.
I had no money coming in and I had credit cards. But actually, to be honest with you, I leveraged those credit cards to start building my business.
Yeah.
But I found myself in debt and I had issues down the line. I was able to finally fix them down the line. But that caused me a problem. Other people, it might be a problem they can never come back from.
Yeah.
So I think it's education. There's issues like predatory lending or other things that could happen like that that stop people from building wealth.
All those things play a role. It's the mindset, right? It's the immediate gratification. It's gotten worse because now we're seeing more, right? Like I didn't know how somebody in Miami was living on a daily basis. Now I can't run from it. It's on my phone every day. And so people are chasing that. Like we come from environments where we haven't had for so long that we want it fast. Right. But like fast money don't last long, right? We know that, right? You're always gonna have to chase it. And so we gotta get to that mindset where it's like, okay, can I hold something for 5 years? People only have relationships out of 5 years. You think they're gonna have money that's gonna be in an account for 5 years? Right? We want things now, but that's not how wealth works. Like, I don't even want people to get rich. I want them to be wealthy. Like, that's, right? Fuck rich, let's get wealthy. Who else gonna feed we? Like, we gotta get to that point. And the only way to do that is to have time on your side. It's the most valuable asset that we can have because we've seen, and you brought out those stats where historically the market has given us 13% annually each year. But we grew up in, especially me, it was like, yo, put your money in a savings account. And that savings account going to net you 0.03% and you made nothing on it. But that's what we're taught, right?
That's lack of education.
The mindset, the education, those go hand in hand. And then you got to figure out all the factors that are contributing to us not learning. Right? So
to be fair, I'm saying lack of financial education, not overall education, financial education.
Think about what has entertained us and pretty much taught us, right? It was music, it was sports, it was movies. Right? Like we didn't get these lessons from people that look like us. Right. And so now, in this day, and that's why I'm like, there is no excuse. Right? There's education everywhere. Now, who you're getting it from, you should vet that out. Yeah. But there's education that's rarely available that you should be taking advantage of. Because there was an era where there wasn't that. And we just had to learn on our own. And sometimes it crippled us. We never were able to come back. Sometimes it worked out in our benefit. But a lot of times it didn't. Most people are just trying to, hey, how can I survive today?
Right. And that's what InvestFest is for. InvestFest, August 7th through 9th in Atlanta, that's August 7th through the 9th, so soon. That's the institution. Because it's one thing to learn things virtually. It's another thing to actually have a set community. So school is a reason why schools will never die. Because you need that communal feel. You need to be around other people. You need to be motivated, inspired, learn, like, in-person events, in-person learning, in-person education is still unparalleled, even though virtual education is great. We do both. But, that was the whole idea why we created InvestFest, is to actually create something that's never been done before. Because we've seen music festivals at the highest level. We've seen, fashion. We've seen so many different things about culture, but we've never really seen a business event that every year people come from really all over the world at this point, migrate to the city of Atlanta, and for 3 days, They only talking about stocks, crypto, real estate. How can we get better? How can we improve my credit? You doing a deal? Let's work. Let's figure out how we could do something. People, that's the number one thing people say is like, my friends are not on what I'm on. Or my city is limiting. You need to change your environment. You need to change your social circle. It's hard to make new friends as an adult. That's why you gotta step outside your comfort zone, get an environment. So that's when we put together
network.
that ecosystem in the in-person experience of InvestFest, and it's just grown every single year.
So that's why.
But that's why.
You know, I love it because
Come on, motherfuckers. Come on.
I know, like, you know, they're not gonna listen to me. Not the people here. Everyone here has a business. Every single one of my friends here has a business.
That's not true.
Okay,
I mean, you're being very kind to everybody.
no.
Let's just be honest. Okay, we got pretend businesses. Let's go for it.
Okay, whatever. But what I'm saying is, back to the working person. If you're 20 years old, and I want people to understand and believe this is
You
true.
liking them 20-year-olds, man.
Nice.
Like, let's get back to that.
Bust my chops all the time. I don't even mess with 20-year-olds, man. You gotta see my.
Come on, man.
Right? No, what
are you doing?
Y'all are throwing
Stay
me
focused,
off.
stay
But what I'm
focused,
saying
stay
is,
focused.
and I'm with these guys.
Yeah.
If you're 20 years old, how much would you have to invest for the 30 years to become 7 figures?
We're gonna do the.
I know the numbers.
Let's go.
but I'm just saying-
What's the numbers? You tell us.
No, I don't. It's not. It's less than $500
A month, yeah. I would say. Yeah,
How much?
7 figures.
I was gonna say
By the
like,
time you're 65, you thinking? You saying?
No, 30 years.
30 years?
30
So
years.
20, so for
30
55.
years.
50.
Will you be a millionaire at $500 a month?
Probably, yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
100%.
compounded interest.
100%.
See?
Putting it into what? S&P 500?
Yeah.
Yeah, standard,
right.
10% a year, something like that, yeah.
But that's, you putting 500 away in your bank, you saying?
No.
Into an investment, let's see.
So he said because
Investing.
the S&P on average over the past 100 years is netted 13%. So you figure, and you're doing that monthly, right? So there might be months, you
Under
figure like
$500
months, there might be months where it's
Close to 4.
19%, right? But on average. So you
But
figure if you do that,
379.
Okay.
so if you do that on an average, yeah, I mean, you could be close to, the problem is that over that 30 years, inflation is still
Right.
a factor, right? So,
Which is good. That's why the percentage.
right, so like the $1 million is not the same value in
It's
30
not gonna
years.
be the same
but
value.
it's more than we have.
You're gonna be better than
Yeah,
most.
You would have so in 30 years, if you put away $500 and it earns 10% a year, in 30 years you'll have $1.1 million.
Yeah.
1.13 actually, to be exact.
1.3 million dollars.
And that's so the interest return on that is $950,000. So
What do you mean?
You made, that's all interest.
so you pretty much all of the money,
That's not the
is
Think
interest.
about what you put in
Yeah, for that type of
compared to
return.
what that return is, and then there's an amount at 30 years old, which would be less than
so what are you
1,000.
gaining on that? Like
950,000. 950,000. So you would have your principal is $180,000.
That's how much you put in.
That's how much money. So 30 years you put in $180,000
And your
and you
return.
made
Come on, man. That's a
$950,000.
That's what I'm
no-brainer.
talking about.
It feels like it.
For
It's a no-brainer.
working
But it's not.
person.
Well, I mean, 500 is actually a lot for the average person.
A month.
A month. That's
All
a
right,
lot.
well, do 200. Do 100. Do whatever you can do.
Anything that you can do is positive.
Right. But we gonna spend $250 on the most
Bullshit.
ridiculous nonsense
Bullshit.
every month.
Yeah.
We gonna do it.
People
It's just a
have
choice.
It, they don't think they have it.
But you know what it
they're
is?
spending all
It's
the
the
time.
YOLO mentality. Like,
Yeah.
I might die tomorrow,
Yeah.
so let me live it up
Right,
today.
right.
But
If you-
but that's what I'm saying.
But then you get stuck being alive at 50-something. You're like, oh, fuck. YOLO didn't happen.
now you still here.
Right.
And you
Now I
got
got to YOLO now.
and you got no money.
And it's time.
And you're like, shit, I can't YOLO anymore.
Yeah, people are living longer, right? So like the 50-year-old is looking at it like, damn, do I have another 30 years?
When
And
you're
50 is the new 30 if you really think about it.
Hey, man, I'm 51 and I'm happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
And then as you get older, you start making more. So then the fact
That's the goal to live.
So like, look, now the
That's a
50-year-old,
fact. That's
he doesn't have to do a 500. He's made more.
He could
He can
put
put
as much as he
$1,000 a month, right? So
man.
that you shorten the time because you doubled the money.
He could put,
That's
he
a
can make
fact.
as much as he
See what I'm saying? You put $1,000, now you don't wait 30 years.
right.
Now that 50, you've got it at 65.
As soon as I started making something, I'm like, let's speed this up.
Not you, but I'm saying.
30
No, but that's what I did. I said, let me speed up what I didn't do before. I got to go in now.
And now you have muscle to now say, you know what? Now it's time to start a business because I got some capital. Everyone wants to start a business now because they see everyone got a business. Why don't you get you some money first?
What business would you start? I'm just curious. Since you didn't want to pitch one, what business would you start?
My business would be called Shacking Up.
Shit. All right, break this down.
Shacking Up would be like a business where I'm trying to get young people.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're in your
Like
it's
young
not about
people.
age.
We're not going to laugh. We're going to turn this into a business.
Why gotta be young? Come on, man.
These are my friends.
Middle-aged people, bro. Start out with middle-aged people.
You could be if you're in your 20s, I'm gonna keep
21
you
and
with people
over.
your age. If you're in your 30s, I'm gonna keep you with people in your age.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show them how.
And it's called Shacking Up?
This is the
It's called Shacking Up, right?
Shacking Up. This is the direction the country is going.
The country's shacking up.
I open up a site or an app, and then they hit me, and then I get you all to become roommates.
The app hits you directly, and you respond to everybody.
Listen, go to the website.
On a one-shot deal.
And I'm gonna put people together in local areas. I'm gonna help them live together because so they can save money.
Oh, it's like Airbnb.
No, but they living together. So this is more like
Airbnb together.
He's trying to combat the housing crisis because affordability is out of.
But it's like Airbnb.
But long term.
Bunk beds.
Right.
But this
Bunk bed's crazy.
You see how you can't even get a couple words? It ain't me.
Yo, king size bunk beds is ill.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be
bunk beds is crazy.
Intertwined.
Bunk beds is crazy.
Because they gotta save money for their future.
No, that's you saving the money because you're buying the bunk bed.
No,
you gotta get them at least. They live
The roommate.
They're paying for the service.
Come with the ladder and shit.
No, they're paying for the service.
No, but if you get queen size,
you know what's crazy? They got hostels in motherfucking.
You guys got too many questions before I can explain.
That shit is big in Europe.
The roommate
What
thing.
I'm saying is, I'm putting people together, shacking up.
Roommate, you do background check on them? No, real talk.
You would have to do background.
Like you have to do a profile account.
So you take in
commonalities and all that.
Men and women. You're putting them together.
Real world.
So that they could save money. Meaning they're saving money where they live. You could put a bunk bed in this room, 2-bedroom, 4 people. Hold on.
Why are you so big on
It's called New York City.
That's a fact. That's happening.
It's called New York City.
Or in Asia, they got those pods.
Pods are big.
Crazy.
2-bedroom. 4 people.
How you gonna make money though? How do you make money?
Take a commission.
They're coming to me for the service, and I'm like the matchmaker. It's like a person putting 2 people together to date. They make the
What's
money.
the name of the shack? What?
Shacking Up.
You know, it's actually a good. No, honestly, it's a good idea because affordability is so high.
That's what
people have to live with roommates, but people who wants to live with just a random motherfucker?
No.
So if I
I'm
can have
putting
some chemistry,
together.
it's a good
you
idea.
have to get Shaq.
Be a love connection.
Hey, Shaq on the commercial.
No, you're gonna have a questionnaire. You gotta say like, what religion are you? Do you eat meat? Do you do this? It's just like a dating app. It's a dating app.
We gotta clean it up. We gotta clean it up. But
we gotta clean it up. But I'm just trying to get to the.
I might change the name of it too.
It's a good. I like shacking up.
Nah, shacking up might work.
Shacking up is good.
Marketing wise.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm telling you, you get Shaq there. Be on the commercial. Shacking up. Nobody heard me the first time.
Shaq in a fool.
He's talking about Shaq, like Shaq.
I know, but Shaq is the master in all these commercials.
Remember, the name is clever, right? And we gotta tweak it, right?
I like it. I like
this
it.
Is just part of it.
I like
so
it.
the whole point is, like you were going, because you understood where I was going.
We got you.
It's for people to save money, but it's co-ed, because then maybe there's a dating.
Oh my god!
Now it's a reality show. It's a reality show now.
What's that reality show called? Everybody's doing the same shit.
This is Love Island. Oh, the urban edition.
Hold on, this shit is called Shacking Up.
Yo, wow.
Leave that aspect alone.
After dark. Shaq after dark.
Shacking up after dark is ill.
I'm gonna pair.
This is the real shit.
The red light therapy turns off.
That's the premium. That's the premium package.
This is like the real stream of university.
Y'all. We got background checks. You might find love. You might, it can go anywhere.
And by floor, if you don't find love on the first floor, you go up to the third.
Y'all listen.
See what I'm saying?
I'll fuck with it.
It's just an idea.
I'll
It is
fuck with
fun.
it.
I think it's kind of
That's it. I gotta go, man.
Drop the ball.
Oh, drop the ball.
I try to give him to them long time
Drop the ball.
ago.
Lee, do you have your or no?
No, he don't got none after
Mr.
that.
Lee said he
Shacking up is the best one we got.
had an English program.
So I got one. I got one, right? Yeah, so you can stay here though. You can stay here,
bro. Shacking up, man.
Shack up with us real quick.
When I first started, people spurred me to art and things like that, and I wasn't really into that, right?
Yeah.
But what I did get into was watches, right? So I was fortunate enough to
Nice watch.
have thank you, y'all too, Sonny too.
You don't like my?
Yeah. Not really.
I'm a loyal customer.
Yeah.
Brand loyalty.
Apple. But
We love yours.
so many people, right? So when I first, there's no flaws, but when I first started getting into it, I didn't want to lose money, right? Because sometimes you can buy something that depreciates, that goes down, and so I would call Hov, I would call Mark Wahlberg, and I would call Kevin Hart.
Floss.
I said I'm not trying to floss. I said that all the time. Yeah, but I'm just saying, when you want me to lie, when you say I called, you gotta fucking do it.
That's your truth, man.
Mr. Lee, fucking hazardous sound, fucking Boris.
The king of the
I was spending a certain amount.
You shacking up.
But then what happens? So what happens is you start to get that, and then I get lucky, right? I get lucky, right? Meaning I'll spend something like this amount on this, and then this shit will go up. And then
without even knowing.
Without knowing. Do you recommend people because it's one watch that I bought, right? I swear to God, it was $79. And that shit is $269 right now. It's an FB Jean. I threw that shit in the back of my safe. I mean in the back, it's just do you recommend people like the same way art, right? Mm-hmm. You can buy art from somebody, maybe it's 10 grand, the artist dies and shit. I'm sorry. But
it happens.
And then this fucking art is worth fucking $1 million, $2 million, $10 million. Do you recommend people to invest in watches? Both of y'all.
The watch thing is interesting. I kind of fell off the whole watch thing. I was heavy into watches for a little bit. I got turned off because I just don't like the elitism of it. I went to AP. I got an AP in Atlanta. I had to wait a year to get it. And then they invited. No, the first watch, it was a cool watch that I wanted, but I wanted another one, so I had a meeting with the AP store in New York City, and I had to make an appointment in Manhattan, and they talked to me for an hour and a half and showed me the things and did the whole thing of okay, we're gonna put you at the top priority, and then and I'm just like, yo, just sell me the fucking watch, man. You know what I'm saying?
You want to buy it.
I'm over it.
Let me just tell you where you went wrong just from that little thing right there.
Called the Yala.
First of all,
the Yala.
Once you with one AP dealer, you should stick with them.
But I did that.
Okay.
So
you gotta wait it out, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I learned how to drink coffee from just going there and just hanging out with these people.
Because I was always taught, I was always taught, and no disrespect to any jewelers, but I don't trust jewelers at all.
No.
I don't trust jewelers.
Damn. My bad. My bad.
So they was like, yo, always get authorized. That's how I was raised, to always get an authorized deal.
Right.
So
Me too.
Rolex store, shit like that. So I'm a go, but like I said, I don't want to have to buy a bullshit watch, wait 8 months,
Done that.
Get on the waiting list, go to the
Build your catalog.
go to the private event, talk to the manager, stay in contact.
That's too much.
Yeah,
It's too much, man.
I'm on a wait list. It's 2 years.
it's too
bro.
much.
Like,
It's
by
the
that
art
time,
of the
I'm
hunt,
not
man.
interested.
But you got to be into that. You're into the culture
I'm
of that.
into it, man.
If you're into it, that's
I want to
you.
eat hors d'oeuvres at that party he talking about. Yeah, I want to eat hors d'oeuvres, little caviar crackers. I'm into that. I'm into that. I want to sip some.
I think it's the education in that as well, right?
Right.
Because like you said, like you might go to the dealer and they might tell you, hey, you got to get this one in order to get that one. Right? So now you buy that one 6 months later, you know the rule. You can't buy within 6 months. And if you go to another dealer, then they find out that
Hey, man, to each his own, man.
Yeah, but the process is like
Protect it, do that with me.
picking the right watch, right? Like finding the watches that appreciate over time, finding the ones that have like specifications that others don't, which makes it rare, which is going to increase the value.
See, that's the reason why when people ask me, right?
Yeah.
Like when I was asking Hov and I was asking Mark and I was asking Kev, I was pretty much asking like, should I get this, right? But people come to me, they don't ask me that.
Like why you?
They ask me, yo, is this a good investment?
Right.
And I'm sitting back like that's not
hard to
what
tell.
you should get. Like I don't think you should buy a watch as an investment.
You just buy a watch
I think
because
should
you
buy
like it.
something
You're
that you
into
like.
that.
That's like art. That's why everybody says the art. They like buy art that you like.
Yes.
Because honestly, my personal opinion, I'm not the biggest watch expert by any means.
Right.
But I feel like that lot of that shit is hype. Rich and Millie.
Yeah.
I feel like Rich and Millie just got popular. I don't think it got to the point that it got to because of the movement and all shit like that. I think once motherfuckers start talking about it, it became popular. And supply and demand, they just played that game.
But there is really watch enthusiasts and really watch
argue that.
horology.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I went to Watches and Wonders. I felt stupid. Like I thought I knew about watches because I had the complications and I had that.
Yeah.
But when you sit down with people like you know, we went out there with Vacheron and Constantine. They flew us out there, right?
That sounds expensive.
So they
like flex again.
Yeah, no, my bad. No. But they showed us the most complicated watch in the world, right? So when I sat there, I thought I knew what is it called? Horology?
Yeah.
The study of watches.
It's called horology?
Horology, yes, something like that. So I thought I knew that, right? But when they start breaking it down, like the most complicated watch in the world, then not only that, for like
they're showing
like
you the mechanics of the watch.
yeah, like when it actually breaks down, like so then they bring me to another room. I gotta put it on like
Hazmat suit.
yeah, I gotta put on one of those joints. So once a year they pick one of their clients or like their store owners. So I'm there with a bunch of store owners, like and my homies, and I was the coolest dude there. So they pick one person to design a watch. So obviously they pick me because I'm y'all. You know what I'm saying? But even to like
strong,
even like to when you like sit and you know this is an old school company. So even like to play around because obviously I'm making a watch in front of everybody, but it's like even to play like these movements, these shits. So I know what you're saying with the hype, and I really understand that. But like, and this is how I got my Richard Mille.
If you're interested,
I called Pharrell. I called Pharrell, right? And I said,
You're interested.
I said, no. I said, Pharrell, you know, I don't ask for much. Me and you, we had history. We have history.
For sure.
But so I don't know if he's thinking I'm about to ask him for a beat. And I'm like, listen, I want a Richard Mille, but I want it from Rich Hard. He's like, all right, cool. 3 days pass, they don't call me. And then like the fourth day, Pharrell calls me. He goes, all right, cool. He said, yo, they wanted to do like the main guy to take care of you, like, so boom. So anyway, let me bring you up my point. When I walked through this was a Richard Mille factory. I can't say where it was at. I was going through it. They made me take the shit down and
took
everything.
the oath and all that.
Yeah, they made me take the shit down and everything. First he told me to film, and then I filmed and I put it up. That shit hit World Star. That nigga was like, wait a minute.
No.
So anyway, so when I went to see the shit, the guy was fixing this other guy's Richard. He knew at the time that the shit got bumped. Like he knew exactly, I guess the dude was drunk or something.
Yeah.
And he fucked up his Richard. He must have hit the shit. He knew at the exact moment. Like, so that's when I started to realize, these complication shits are real.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to convince you, but so again, when I tell people, like, don't invest in that. Buy what you want, and if you happen to do it, because all of them don't go up. Some of them go down.
No, 100%.
That's the education part.
When I got my AP, that year, APs went down. So even Rolex has been down since COVID. So it's a lot. But you educated us a lot. And even, I want to say this too before we wrap, because I know this show is about giving your guests their flowers, but I want to give you guys your flowers. Because not only are you pioneers in the space of podcasting and content.
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. And you've been very consistent, and you have a broad range of people that you bring on.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
From politics to people like us to musicians, and it's helpful. Your platform is very influential.
Yes.
Last time we was on here, to this day, people still hit us like, yo, I see y'all on Drink Champs, whatever. So I think that you actually paved the way for this new generation of podcasters that we're seeing, especially in the hip hop space, where you've given people a second chance at life.
Yes.
Right? Because before it was like, damn, I gotta still try to write a song. I don't want to write a song. I'm 49 years old. I don't want to be in a club. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you've actually
you want to write a song for the check. You want to write a song because you love it. And you have another way of making revenue.
So you actually
have to do it.
You actually are very influential. And sometimes in life, our impact will never be known.
Right.
You yourself don't even know all the people that you've impacted. That started a show and changed their life because they watched you.
Yeah, I love that.
So I want to give you guys your flowers, and I want to thank you for having us on your platform twice.
Yes, no,
because
goddamn.
you don't take it for granted.
And I want to thank y'all, man, because you know what? Teaching financial literacy is not easy, because it's
really necessary.
Yes,
it's really like a person that has to go to the gym, right? And you could go and get your blood work, and they'll tell you like in 6 months you'll be like in a tip top shape ever, but you don't see it that first week. So that first week of like I said, had somebody came to me and been like, you know what I mean? Like when I first got my first check, I'm sure I went and got jewelry. No, I'm sure. Like
I can't remember, but I know it.
Yeah, like I know it. Like you know what I mean? Like, and no one, hell no. Newport was great later.
Could I see the grenade?
But like, no one said to me, "Yo, listen, okay, you can do that."
Yeah.
But jewelry don't go up. Jewelry is just going to stay on, even if that. They're actually charging you for the crafting shit of doing it. Like this is the Lego piece. Like I charge more for him doing that than the actual.
Well, it could go up because it was yours. And that's another thing that we can go into later on in life.
That's true.
Yeah, but
because we do things,
I understand.
We appreciate the values.
But
your value has risen, so your assets have risen.
Right.
But no one has told me, man, bro. Go put that shit in real estate.
Stocks.
Go put that shit in stocks.
Business.
Go put that shit in such and such. Like no one. Like I know we reiterated what we were saying earlier. So I want people to see this, and I know you keep saying young people, but goddamn
all people need to see this.
All people need to see
generations.
this. All people need to see this.
We're all
because,
still learning.
40s, 50s.
Yeah, because
there's
like
no age limit to it.
No, at all.
Financial, and then it's crazy. Like I know I'm a little bit off subject. But one time I was in Italy, right? No, I was in Paris. And I had to...
No, you're in Bulgaria, I think.
And I see this place. Because, we always say Swiss bank accounts. And we don't even realize, like, that shit is a real thing. Like, that shit was just a line we all said. Swiss bank accounts.
Oh, the Cayman Islands.
You ain't really like...
Which is really I was getting away from
just
taxes.
talking it, but ain't living it.
I went and did a deal in Switzerland, and like we was in this one part of the airport. I don't know if you ever heard of this shit. It's not part of nowhere.
The airport?
Yeah,
It's like asylums country.
Yeah. Like, and you do
Like
a
the
deal,
Vatican.
like
It's like the Vatican,
like
right.
oh my god,
Like the Vatican, right.
Shit
And then
neutral.
when I got out of there, guess what the first restaurant I seen? I can't make this up.
What?
McDonald's.
A Dominican restaurant.
Oh shit.
Thank these brothers, man.
Thank y'all, bro.
Man.
Love y'all, man. Love y'all, man.
Listen to the Drink Trance fans. This was the smartest all of us have ever been on this side of the table. Like, they bring out the smartness in us. So listen, man, tune in. Get some knowledge. Man, God. Welcome back.
Let's go invest.
Check it out on the way.
Yes, sir.
Nah, that was dope, man.